Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I am Cam, aka Humble Footman, and we're back. It is Tuesday, July 10th, and yeah, happy to be back for another day of streaming. We're playing Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Having a blast, just reading the quest text and dialogue and do a little bit of voice acting. Hope you guys are enjoying it too. And yeah, if I didn't say already, my name is Cam, aka Humble Footman. Oh, good timing there with the music. And let's continue on our journey without further ado. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. Boom. The intro here can be quite loud. Just give you a heads up. You'll notice today, guys, a new portrait. If you weren't here yesterday, you'll notice two things. One, you'll notice that the load times, even this first one, is like crispy clean, super quick, super smooth. That's because we moved our game to the solid state drive. So now she's running like a crispy cucumber. And you also notice down here, Footman's icon. Got some custom character portrait art there from Magi. So amazing. I just want to show you guys this real quick. So we've got the portrait here. I'll take his mask off. Look at that. Let's see if we can zoom in there. Boom. Like, come on. He's got the scars and everything. The wispy hair. Like, come on. You wish. You wish. Anyways, we're super thankful to Magi for
Isn't that lovely?
making that for us. He does custom D&D art, not just D&D, but really anything game or art related. He also is awesome with pixel art, so you'll notice anything pixel art themed on our channel. He did most of that. So our intro screen, our outro screen, you know, the Humble Footman looking off in the sunset of the Deadfire, all of that stuff. So yeah, just check his stuff out. Just want to give him a shout out. He's super awesome supporter of the channel. So there's a link below. It says, I think it's your second dialogue option down there. It says, well met adventurer. If you click number 2, who made the art, it'll take you to Magwolf's page, and you can get in touch with him if you ever need any custom art done.
Heard about that stunt you pulled in Queen's Berth, scaring everyone half to death. Tell me, do the spirits watch everything you do? Like, everything?
Hello. Just checking the stream quality here. Alright, so now we've got to go up to Serpent's Crown. And we just defeated the dragon below the Watermaster's Guild. We strengthened the bond that kept him there. And now we're going to go talk to the Queen about that because she needs to know. She needs to know. So let us go do this. This way. Here we go. Queen Onikaza.
What madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook? The mountain shakes. Bellows of anguish echo over the wind.
Onikaza raises a trembling hand to her brow.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me, what happened?
You need to calm yourself down, girl. Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon. The Watershapers Guild is a mess on account of some snakes and a dragon. The guild has a pest problem in the basement, but it's mostly contained. Let's go with it. Naga invaded the guild.
You do not jest.
I do not jest. The queen blinks and slowly rises to sit straight in her throne.
So his was the heart I felt beating in my city.
She adjusts her posture as the idea takes hold.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
Onikaza searches over your shoulder. Guildmaster Myru is dead.
No! To lose a teacher of Myru's skill while Rawatai points their cannons at us?
Onikaza raises her hand to her mouth.
Send every bird for my master water shapers. Tell them to cleave the ocean in half if they must. They will come to Nekataka now.
A pair of attendants bolt to attention and scramble down the stairs. Onikaza nurses her brow and sighs.
I once told Myru she was not allowed to retire while Rawatai's fleet darkened my ports. Nagati is not done testing me, I say.
Squariolathus agreed to lend the Water Shapers his strength to protect the archipelago. I don't know if he did. Pariki captured the dragon long ago and built the guild around his prison. Let's do that one.
Pariki was a whaler before she took up Nagati's art. I say her largest trophy was a secret, well kept.
She sighs, cradling her chin on her palm.
Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
Onikaza cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Ranga Hauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
As her attendants make for the exit, Onikaza leans back in her throne and considers.
Speak on, Watcher. As surely as a tide swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
The dragon's prison wards strengthen the souls of the Water Shapers.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say, and Myru's after her. All at the cost of this beast's freedom.
Onikaza raises her brow.
If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
A sinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if Onikaza feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her.
What became of the dragon, Watcher? If the power of this beast strengthened our guild.
Onikaza leans forward. He remains imprisoned. The wards will hold. She closes her eyes and nods, taking each breath slowly.
What Pariki did was no kindness, I say. But her actions helped students of the guild to learn our most sacred art. This is more valuable to me than every cannon in Rawatai. Thank you, Watcher.
Onikaza inclines her head and touches her brow, holding the pose long enough for her attendants to draw in sharp breaths and look to you with awe. Do you plan on keeping the dragon down there?
Even Pariki must have known this was no solution, only a balm on a wound. When matters in the Deadfire have calmed, I will visit the guild myself and speak to the beast.
There we go.
My water-shaping masters will arrive soon, and I say the guild will be stronger for their guidance. But a queen's work is not finished until she has endured all of Nagati's trials. I could send birds to every Ranga and rally them to our cause, but Nekataka needs more than strength. We need pure Huana fury. We need the Wahaki. My brother calls the Wahaki the last true Huana. He's severe on the Kahanga, but I do not call him wrong.
Onikaza thumbs her chin and nods.
The tribe hates all foreigners. Passing ships are attacked on sight, and explorers never make it back to the beach.
Go on.
I have hesitated to let the trading companies see my teeth, but those days are behind us. Filling the seas with Wahaki war canoes will strike terror in the heart of even Rawatai's Iron Fleet.
Onikaza smirks at the idea.
Are we still pitting cannons against canoes, Highness?
Maya glances up from furiously scribbling notes, her brow raised.
Cannons exhaust themselves after every battle cry. My warriors do not.
I'll make contact with the Wahaki and hope for the best.
Sail for the Isle of Oriokoiki and return when you have an answer from the tribe, whether fair or foul. The island lies northwest of Nekataka. There is a phrase which will protect my royal herald. Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. If you remember this, it could save your life.
Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. If you remember this, okay, let's remember that. Onikaza dismisses you with a nod. I'll remember that.
Write it down if you must, but recall it when the time comes. The Wahaki are not a trusting people.
Onikaza nods and dismisses you with a wave. Level up! Nice. Let's go. Maya. To stealth and diplomacy. Alright, we're into level 7 abilities for Maya now. Empowered attacks gain increased accuracy. Empowered attacks gain increased damage. Empowered attacks gain penetration. Empowered attacks gain increased duration on affliction and inspiration effects. Well, I think we're gonna go with Deadly Surprise, just because we took this one. Let's go with Accuracy. Let's go with Accuracy. Let's do that. 13th level. Wow. I'm getting up there. Alright. Alright. So, I think we've done all we can here in Nekataka at the moment. Let's just have a quick look at our quest journal. Show completed. Let's not show completed. Skipping ahead. Courier's calling. Warama can be found in Tikawara and Port Magi. So we could do those. We've had those quests for a while. Those are Maya's missives that she's got. So we could go to Port Magi and deliver the missives. Do we have anything else that takes us to Port Magi? He waits in fire. No, not that one. Got a bunch of bounties. Last Sanctuary. Eldest has sent a letter asking for me to meet her in Fort Deadlight. So we could go down there. We could go meet Eldest at Fort Deadlight. Bring her some candied nuts. Storms. Alright, so let's go to Magi and then Deadlight. I think that's... Oh, Temple of Gon. We have to do that. A woman named Ogna at the Temple of Gon. That's for, yeah, let's go do that. It's for, Adair's questline. To find his long lost bride. I think it's per, no. It's Cookie's Overlook? Sacred Stair. That's it. Sacred Stair. Go to the Temple of Gon. Temple of Gon, which is down here. So we're gonna run up here. So short
Incense? Offerings for the temple?
Temple of God. Boom. We are looking for Ogna. Where you at? There she is. This woman's unceasing smile and direct, violating gaze give the strong impression of someone selling something.
Light of Aethys be upon you.
Bern said you could tell us about the partisans of the lighted path.
Your friend guided you truly. Gadarian Bosch has honored me with the duty of helping his message reach all of the faithful. We answer the shining God's call. He shows us the way and we march in his wake. Already the Vanguard prepares to make its journey, with more soon to follow.
How would you join up with Aethys? Chase him in a boat? Your journey sounds dangerous. Let's go with that.
The shining God demands total commitment from his followers. What good is a soldier who is not willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for her cause? To walk the lighted path, one must be willing to never turn back.
Okay. Let's check here, guys. Oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. How would you join up with Aethys? Chase him in a boat?
Yes, in fact. We will follow him along the lighted path.
Okay.
When the time is right, he will welcome our souls into his legion. Gadarian Bosch has seen it.
Just your souls, then? Not your bodies?
Who are the Vanguard?
Gadarian Bosch leads the Vanguard. They are the most righteous of the partisans.
Good.
They will be the first to join the ranks of Aethys, the first to charge at his call.
Adair leans us toward you.
Baron said something about the Vanguard. You don't think he's that dumb, do you?
Ogna's eyes shift momentarily to Adair, then back to you. She says nothing, merely re-raising her smile. Do you have a list of people in the Vanguard? We want to see if our friend is among them.
The Vanguard know their own, and Gadarian Bosch knows them. Beyond that, we keep such information private.
I see. Okay. Adair turns his head away to hide a look of exasperation, but then it shifts, his eyes suddenly hopeful. He looks back at Ogna.
If they know their own, what do you think they'd say to a couple new members? Can we be in the Vanguard too?
I'm afraid you cannot. The Vanguard is reserved for the most faithful among us. You have not even joined the partisans.
That I have only just learned of the partisans a circumstance, not a measure of faith. Sure, let's try that with the, diplomacy.
How right you are. Forgive me. I did not mean to cast doubt on your character.
There we go.
Unfortunately, even if I were to initiate you right now into our order, it would be too late to join the Vanguard. Their ship is docked right now in Nekataka, and set to depart at any moment.
Adair looks at you with wide eyes.
You think he could be on it? If he left right after we did, we gotta go.
They won't take you, but there will be more ships to follow. Stay and learn about the partisans of the lighted path, and I'll see that there is room for you.
That's a real nice offer. We'll think about it and get back to you.
Farewell. Ogna nods, her expression no different than it was when you arrived. Okay, so there's a boat. Skipping ahead, is that it? No. The lighted path. Get to the Vanguard ship. Baron said he intended to be in their Vanguard. The first wave to join Aethys. Their ship is docked in Nekataka. We have to get there before it departs. I'm guessing that's in Queen's Berth. So let's head to Queen's Berth. See if we can get there. Head to the road south. Actually, we can just get out this way. Queen's Berth. Could be Brass Citadel? I don't think so, though. The docks are down here, I'm pretty sure. But I do see docks down here as well. No, it's gotta be Queen's Berth. It's gotta be Queen's Berth. Through the gullet. There she be. To the docks.
Gon's sickle comes for us all.
We missed it. They're gonna park that thing next to Aethys and slit their own throats. I wish they'd gone ahead with it before they got Baron involved. If we can't catch it, can you promise me we'll go right now?
Sure.
I knew there was something I liked about you.
Pursue the lighted path ship. Okay. We weren't gonna go right now, but it seems urgent. Let's go. Leave by sea. See, is this it? Gadarian Bosch, Children of the Dawn Stars. Aethys is Vanguard. Alright. Here we go. Got him! Oh. I didn't realize we just were gonna attack right away, but is Gadarian Bosch here? I don't see him. Partisan. Alright, I guess we're just attacking.
Stand together!
Right between the eyes.
It's no use.
Just attacking.
Mow.
Partisan snakes on these guys. I thought we were going to save them.
Damn it, blast.
I thought we were going to save them. The Midwife's Memoirs. Okay. Well. I guess they're hostile. Or I guess we're hostile. Let's go below deck. See what we can see.
The others have drunk, Baron. Their souls make their way to Aethys. This isn't the time for hesitation. It's the time for faith. Come, let us show him together.
The man uncorks a vial hanging from his neck filled with a viscous fluid of earthy red. He raises it and waits. With unsteady hands, Baron uncorks an identical vial hanging from his own neck.
No, kid!
Adair stepped forward. His palms are outstretched. Baron nearly drops the vial. He catches awkward hold of it between his forefingers. His gaze drifts up to Adair. He stares with dull eyes, as if he's trying to place him.
What is this? You aren't one of my flock. How did you get here?
Adair ignores Bosch, keeping careful eye contact with Byrne.
Lower that. Let's talk.
Baron waits, the vial now clutched in one hand at chest height. Hear us out. Decide once you've heard all sides. You have doubts about this. You're questioning, just like your mother must have taught. Insight or diplomacy? Let's go insight.
Your mom knew how to spot a fake. What do you think she'd say about him?
Adair nods toward Bosch.
How could I know? She left me here.
The vial in Baron's hand hovers now just above waist height.
What is faith if it isn't tested? These people are willed here by Aethys to challenge you. Make him proud.
I will make him proud.
It sounds almost like a recitation. Adair's mouth is open, but he has no answer. He looks to you, desperation in his eyes. Listen, the gods aren't really gods. They are built from the souls of ancient kith. You have to believe me. Oh man, that's all I have as an option.
I know that's a lot to take in. And maybe harder to believe than anything your cult leader is saying.
Yes, it is.
Baron holds the vial at chest level and looks prepared neither to drink it nor to drop it.
Aethys has come just as I said he would. There will be no other chances.
Adair fumes at Bosch, his hand drifting toward his weapon.
He must be in need to reach out to us.
Effigy's eyes, kid. You think your tiny soul's gonna change his fate?
I doubt you'd be missed if you stayed behind.
What he means is, you're probably more valuable to Aethys alive.
Tending fields while he marches to change the world? Unlikely.
Baron stares down at the liquid in the vial, watching it lap against the sides with the trembling of his hand. He draws it above his shoulders, held out before him.
History doesn't look kindly on deserters, Baron. Nor will your god.
Hard to blame his deserters. They got to live. Meanwhile, his last Vanguard got burned right out of the world, bones and all.
I've come this far. How could I be forgiven for failing him now?
I'm sure he'll come to forgive you in time.
He's the god of redemption. You'll be all right.
No. Redemption and forgiveness are different. Redemption is making up for your failings. I could never make up for abandoning my god in his time of need.
Baron draws the vial up within inches of his mouth. Crap!
It's now or never, Baron.
No.
Will you abandon your god, or will you come to his aid?
Adair looks to your group.
Come on, say something.
Your thoughts be more knotty than Rower-tie rigging, lad. The farmer be speaking sense for once. Better to live for a god than die for one.
Listen to me. You gotta listen, kid. Baron. During the Saints' War, me and my brother, we had a choice to make. It was just like this. We saw it different, he and I. He chose our god. I didn't. I'll never see him again. And I don't know where his soul is now. But I don't think Aethys was around to save it. You're gonna stay here. There's better ways to serve your god. You can build something in his honor, like I did. A town, a temple, a good life. Maybe not a statue.
Baron raises the vial to his lips and inverts it. No!
No, stop!
Adair is too far away and can only watch. In 2 labored gulps, it's empty. Bosch, with a satisfied smile, follows his disciple's lead. Baron's breath catches his throat. He tries again, but the passage is already constricting. He leans over his knees, but loses his balance as tremors begin to move up his legs. Gadarian Bosch was killed. Baron was killed. Damn it. I wanted to save him. Alchemy. Adair, dump the contents of your pipe down his throat. Don't ask. Sure, let's do that. Adair, dump the contents of his throat down. Yeah. Wasting no time, Adair lunges for Baron, whose body has begun to convulse. He jams his pipe into Baron's froth-leaking mouth and twists it upside down. A wave ripples upward through Baron's body, and he retches brownish liquid in a wide arc. He drops to his knees and continues until there is nothing left to spit up. His convulsions reduce to tremors and then disappear. His breathing steadies. Nice.
That's a miracle like I've never seen.
Why? Why am I still here?
Baron's expression is pinched and upset. Whatever Aethys had in store, it was cold and destructive. It wasn't for you. Aethys's cause may have been worth joining, but you're too young to make that choice. You were conflicted. Aethys deserves soldiers who are sure of themselves. We saved you, ungrateful child. Whatever Aethys had in store, it was cold and destructive. It wasn't for you.
I should be there. I should be there. I made my choice.
Well, we made you a better one. You're gonna have a long time to think about whether you chose right. It's not as clear as you'd think, trust me. If one day Aethys comes asking where you were when he needed you, you can point him to me. He and I, well, we got things to discuss anyway. For right now, let's just get you home.
Whew. Saved him. Using that alchemy. Nice. Alright, we did it. We did it. Do we have Baron on the ship? No. No, we don't. Well, we were going to go down to Fort Deadlight and Port Magi to wrap up a couple of quests there. So, why don't we do that? We'll start with Port Magi. We're going to hand in this missive that Maya has. Sickness wrecks your crew. Shoot. The illness starts slow. A cough here, the shakes there. But then it hits the crew hard and fast, washing across the deck like a rogue wave. Soon, your crew have devolved into mucus-covered wretches with swollen eyes and scabrous rashes. Morale lost 10. Rumdum Rogere finds you in your cabin, though the open window, you can make out the round of one of your sailors retching violently. If this keeps up, Captain, your crew will be in no state to sail. They hardly are as it is. Find the ship's surgeon. Care to tell me why everyone on my boat is sick, Shield Sister Delia? Break out the medicinal stores. Everyone gets what they need until this clears up. Minor intercession. Pray for divine intercession. Furl the sails and drop anchor. We'll rest this out. Let's just open the medicinal stores and everyone gets what they need until this clears up. Dumb Regere reappears. Sorry, Captain, the stores are nearly bare. We don't have the medicine we need for the crew. What? Okay, we'll rest it out, I guess. You order the sails furled and run a green flag up the main mast to warn away other ships. 2 days pass. Even without other duties to attend to, the crew seems to get sicker. Chitupek can't so much as leave the bunks. Okay. Find the ship's surgeon. Care to tell me why my boat is sick? With a slow shake of the head, the surgeon frowns. It's the gut rot, Captain, same as that plague ship. If we sail with it, we're inviting injuries. What would you have me do? Pinches the bridge of her nose. Best thing to do would be to medicate. Hopefully we've got the stores to treat everyone. We don't. So let's minor intercession. Pray for divine intercession. Yeah, Jody. Please do. You want me to pray to an aspect of death? Jody's lips quirk in amusement. Suppose I can plead for safe passage of our souls through hell, should we all perish shortly. After a nod, she bows her head. Glory be to the many aspects of Aethys, greatest of all who is gone. I'll raise my voice to you in humility, thankfulness, and everlasting worship. Hear me, my God, and take pity on my dire plea. As we now sail through the dark plague of death, we will not fear the reaping to come, for your lantern will guide our way. We will not stumble or stray from the path you have laid us through hell. We will embrace the end of our lives and shuck the rotting husk of our fallen bodies. Oh no. After whence we will be planted for rebirth by your hand, forever and always, as the wheel turns. Amen. In the wake of the display of divinity, you feel purified sing chants to the gods happily, making sacrifices of any coinage or small trinkets they have on hand. You sail on. 15 morale gain. Nice. Okay. We're good. So we need more medical supplies. So let's just do that right now. Refill. Refill. Okay. So let's look at our quest log about this missive in Port Magi. Courier's calling. Tuaha. Intended for her eccentric Rautai colleague Tuaha. Can be found at Port Magi. Okay. I'm not sure where. I'm going to assume in the harbor. So let's go there. Let us go to the harbor. Tuaha. Where are you? Is Tuaha the guy in the governor's estate?
Quaint place. The Republic sure know how to gussy up a village.
Before we head inside, I'm just going to take a quick 30-second bio, guys. BRB. Okay, and we're back. Thanks for sticking around. Let's head inside. I don't know where Tuaha is, if he's in the inn or if he's in here. We gotta find him.
I don't be supposing we kid. Easy breezy
Nice.
and sleazy.
Not able to open that in the past. We are now. Tuaha. Maybe he's in the Kraken's eye. Maybe he's in the Kraken's eye. And there he is. Tuaha.
Something I can do?
An Animale clutches the hilt of a long saber sheathed at her belt, her attention moving among the passers-by without ever settling anywhere for long. She stands as motionless and watchful as an owl. She turns to Maya and flinches, shaking her head subtly.
Been a while, Tuaha. You're looking healthy.
Maya attempts an easy shrug, but it comes off looking forced.
Don't say my name. Is he still here?
Tuaha hisses each word under her breath. She tips her head to indicate just over her shoulder. Scan the crowd, see if anyone stands out. The occasional pedestrian crosses your view, but everyone seems to be going about their business without tarrying for long. Insight. Just as you decide to give up, a passing Juaner raises his eyes from scribbling on a page of notes. He pockets the parchment and steps back into the obscurity of the crowd. The gesture is innocuous enough, but the speed and ease of it leave you in doubt.
You saw that too, right?
Maya nods.
Well,
Tuaha addresses you through clenched teeth. We grabbed someone's attention, that's for sure.
I knew it.
Her grip on the saber tightens.
Who's your shadow? I'll string him up by his thumbs before he lays a hand on you.
Well, he's obviously not one of ours. Unless Atsura sent someone to monitor me. Must be working for the other side.
Tuaha aims an anxious glance in your direction. Other side? Maya, care to elaborate?
Not everyone in the Deadfire lays out the welcome mat for Rauatai. That shouldn't be any surprise.
She frowns, considering.
Tuaha, I'm getting you out of this. We've pulled each other out of worse snags.
Maya puts Tuaha on the arm, an attempt at encouragement. Oh, pats her on the arm, that only causes her to flinch.
Easy to say when it's in the past. This stalker is relentless, and he is always watching.
Tuaha rubs her palms together. What can you tell me about whoever's following you?
He's Juana, average height, and I've caught him scribbling on a sheaf of notes. Like any good tale, he's indistinguishable from anyone else wandering around Port Magi. Probably why they picked him for the job.
Tuaha's lips curl. We'll find your stalker and get rid of him one way or another. What are you doing that has him so curious?
Company business.
Maya and Tuaha blink as they say it at the same time.
Company business.
Tuaha clears her throat into her fist. We'll find your stalker and get rid of him one way or another.
Sit tight and I'll get this sorted out. Whatever happens, he won't bother you again. Just try not casual.
Maya gives her an encouraging shrug.
I will stand perfectly still and fill my heart with the words of our national anthem.
Tuaha nods resolute.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah. Alright, so who is this guy? And where is he?
Good
Down here?
thinking.
Oh, is that somebody dead? What is that? Oh no, it's just booze. Dock worker? Who are we looking for here? This guy? What are we looking for here? Craftsman? I don't think so.
What say, you need something?
An unassuming Amao turns to you with a smile. Sniffing, Maya passes you a subtle nod.
That goes for you or your fetching friend.
He smiles at Maya, winking. Study him carefully. He possesses the warm tones of an island Amao, calm eyes and a minute scar on his upper lip. Your close scrutiny unnerves him and he takes a cautious step back.
That's close enough.
He scratches his ear, glancing to the left and right. You almost missed it, but you spot a smudge of ink on his right thumb and index finger. As he brings down his hand, he unconsciously pats a bulge in his pocket. Nodding to you, Maya makes it clear that she noticed it as well. Ink and pocket full of notes. You the one going after Tuaha?
How did you know about?
He blinks at you and clears his throat.
You must have me mistaken for someone else. This is not a name which I know.
He shrugs. Intimidate and bluff. Maya, take aim at his knee, shoot to wound. Bluff and insight. Of course it is. You have orders to follow her every move. My friend Maya here doesn't make mistakes, do you? Let's use bluff and insight. Of course, you have orders to follow her every move. Honest. He pales, glancing left and right with alarm.
No one told me to expect you. There are proper channels to discuss this.
His whisper lowers to an urgent hiss. I was the one who argued to spare your life. Don't make me change my mind. You need to work on the cloak and dagger routine some more. Alright, I guess we'll go with that one. His lips press together and his hand strays toward his weapon.
Who are you? Do not waste your lies.
His eyes move up and down over your body in a calculating manner. The one who's going to beat your face in if you don't leave Tuaha alone. Sure, we'll go with intimidate. Something about your presence causes him to take a step back, alarmed. Yeah, I just threatened his life.
I was never here. Tuaha is not a name I have heard before.
He turns on his heel and walks briskly away, snapping his head around to make sure he isn't followed. Alright. I think that's that. I think he got the message.
Is he dead? Or must I handle everything myself?
Tuaha crosses her arms and waits. You don't have to worry about your tale any longer.
Is this so?
Toile blinks, saving any hope for when she hears it from Maya.
We took care of it, just like I said we would.
Winking, Maya holds out Atsura's missives. Toile snatches the papers away with a blur. Glancing over the pages, Toile licks her thumb to turn each sheet. She nods, muttering under her breath. You've lost an item, the missives.
Everything seems to be in order. I'll see to it that these are addressed in good time.
The edge of her mouth creeps up into a smile. What did Atsura send you?
I'm supposed to pass these down the line and into the next set of hands. More of what you've done here. That's discretion for you.
She tips her shoulder with a lopsided shrug. That doesn't exactly answer my question.
Doesn't it? That's all the answer I have.
Toile tips her head, studying you with a genuine curiosity.
We should be going. It's been an absolute delight.
Maya clasps her hand, but Toile winces at the contact.
That's enough of that, soldier. Atsura will know your performance was adequate.
She pulls back, wiping down her palm.
And you, Watcher. Rawatai thanks you for your service.
She bows stiffly. Maya, we're discussing what happened here later.
Yeah, I thought we would.
Shrugging, Maya delivers a hard and meaningful salute to Toile, even as the other Rawatai turns, acting in every way a stranger. Alright, got that level up. Let's do this. Athletics and Intimidate. Great, we've got the level 7 abilities here. Power Strike. Strike an enemy with a powerful melee attack, dealing high damage and stunning them. Foes behind the enemy are staggered and take raw damage. Could be good. Let's see what else we've got here. So we took Unbending. So we have Unbending Shield now. The fighter and their allies now also gain the Resolute Inspiration. Could be really good. The fighter now recovers more health from each attack received. So it's a buff or more health retrieved. I like that. I like the Resolute buff. Let's see here. Unbreakable once per encounter. The fighter refuses to be vanquished. After being knocked out, the fighter stands back up with a portion of their health restored and temporary bonuses to all defenses and armor ratings. Could be good. Accurate in power, increased accuracy, potent in power, increased damage, penetration, weapon mastery, or lasting in power. Power strike sounds good. But we do have clear out. So stun an enemy. Foes are staggered and take raw damage. Kind of like Unbreakable. So we can take Bending Shield. Sure, we'll go Unbreakable. I think that's the best kind of tanky choice. Alright, Footman. So he needs to catch up with stealth. And keep going insight. Great, he gets some level 5 abilities here. Smoke Cloud. Smoke Cloud is really good. We use this a lot. So this would also... We use Smoke Veil, but Smoke Cloud would distract... what does it say? Leaves all those inside except the rogue distracted temporarily. So we could do that. We did also take Finishing Blow. So we could add that. What's over here? We've got Tough, which we don't need. Uncanny Luck gives a small chance to completely avoid any attack and convert some hits to crits. That's really good. That's really good. And Deep Wounds. Expertise in the art of pain leads to slash, pierce, and crush damage caused by the rogue's weapons to also do raw damage over time. That's really good as well. I think we're going to start with Smoke Cloud. And then we'll take one of these next level. So we also have to take a... Ooh. We could take Uncanny Luck over here on the wizard side. Let's see what the spells are, though. Archimere's Wondrous Torment. Torrent of Flames. Innervating Terror. Bitter Mooring. polymorph basically, and Blast of Frost. Yeah, I think we're gonna take Uncanny Luck. So 5% resistance. Completely avoid any attack and convert some hits to crits. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Great. And Jody. Alchemy and Religion. Level 7. Nice. Storm of Holy Fire. Cleansing Flame. Resurrection. I think we need Resurrection. A single ally is revived and healed. They receive the effects of barring Death's Door, and nearby allies are healed. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So she gets 2. So take Resurrection for sure. Minor Avatar. The priest gains a supernatural glow as he or she is infused with power. As a minor avatar of the deity, the priest gains bonuses in all attributes, health and weapon damage. That's kind of cool. She's more of a healer, so I don't want her, taking abilities for damage as much. Shields for the Faithful. Conjures a powerful holy shield, granting a deflection bonus to all allies in the area of effect. That could be really good. She also gets Wall of Thorns, lasting in power, accurate in power, penetrating in power, and power. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this one. Shields for the Faithful. Shields for the Faithful. Great. Great, great, great. Great, great, great. Maya, let's chat.
I can tell that something's on your mind, and I owe you an explanation.
Maya nods, tipping up her chin and steeling herself.
Twaha is eccentric, I know. Even in the Navy, I never knew what to make of her. You might be asking yourself why one of the tribals would be stalking her, and if that has anything to do with our little mission.
This is our inside mission. Interesting choice of words. Nodding, Maya sighs.
Atsura is doing important work in the Deadfire. He's bringing peace, order, bounty. Not everyone sees it that way, so he has to keep his intentions quiet. I know the secrecy doesn't look good, but I can promise you that this is for a better Deadfire.
Are you both spies? Her stalker wasn't just some creep or thief, was he? Is there anything else you're not telling me? Let's see, are you both spies?
If I pass information from one place to the next, does that make me a spy? I suppose it depends on what side of the fence you're on.
Alright, her stalker wasn't just some creep or thief, was he?
Probably not. Leave it to the Huana to distrust a lone Rawatayan who knows her business. Doesn't surprise me that they'd want to keep an eye on outsider business, or get in the way of it.
Is there anything else you're not telling me?
Yes, of course there is, and plenty else besides. You think Atsura tells me everything? Whatever he has planned for the Deadfire, I'm only a small part of it. But I still need to protect my part.
Alright, that's all for now.
You have every reason to be suspicious. Just trust me that this is all for the best. I wouldn't lie about that.
Okay. Let's be off. That's it, I suppose. Just while I'm thinking about it, I want to replenish everybody's potions for battle. How many potions of minor healing? Moderate healing 1. No, that is not what I wanted. Potion of iron skin. What? There we go. Adair's got 4 and 1. Chody's got 1. Seraphin needs 1. We've also got some moderate healing here. Alright, so it looks like just Footman needs some. Give him 2. Let's give Adair 1 more. Let's give Chody 1 more. And let's give Seraphin 2. There we go. That ought to do it. And Scorching Venom. Let's give this summon to Maya. What do these drugs do? Huh. Sure, she can keep that dead eye. I just want to give poisoned or traps to Footman. So I'm gonna give him some traps so we remember to use them. So what is this? Antidote. Okay. Bear claw trap? Sure. Let's do that. Sounds good to me. There we go. And we do have some stuff we gotta liquidate here. So we can do that as well. Alright. Well, that was that missive.
What can I do?
Let's get rid of some of these items.
Swords!
I can't remember what this guy has. Do you have anything good? That could be good for Chody. What does she have on? Oh no, she's got a way better belt on. Okay, let's just get rid of our trash here. Oh wait, is that? I just want to make sure that's not the rod for the dragon. List items. Can't be. They wouldn't let me sell that. They wouldn't let me sell that. I like to keep the grimoires. Okay.
What do you need?
So we have a meeting over at Fort Deadlight. So let's go do that next. Leave by sea. Leave by sea. Let's make sure we're fully supplied. We are. Great. And Fort Deadlight is right over here. Here we go. They're drinking water again. I gotta give them some ale. Our crew. The morale's going down. Alright, so Eldest wants to talk to us.
Of course.
Let's go check her. She is in the court, I believe. Where is she? I think this guy actually takes us to her. Let's talk to him.
Are you ready to meet our commander? Aldi's has been waiting for you.
Yeah, lead on.
Right this way, Captain. It's my pleasure to show our honored guest around. Aye, it sure is.
Great. Great. Captain Aldi's.
I see you're still alive.
She gives you a crooked grin.
Well, what can I do, you lovesome?
What did you want to meet about?
I've got a problem, Watcher. And I think you're just the captain to solve it.
Aye?
Me and Ferrante don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Not least of which is the future of the Principe. We got few rules amongst us new bloods, but one of them is that you live free. We steal and we might murder, but if you pledge to us, you're our blood, our family. Now, if I were to act in direct opposition to Ferrante, he'd use it to call a vote of the Council of Captains. He'd see me swinging by the neck. But no one's got a leash on you.
Aye.
Which means if you were to, perchance, free the slaves at Crooksburg, Ferrante couldn't do piss all about it. No one deserves to be enslaved by another. Understand?
I like her.
I'm asking you to sail to Crooksburg to meet with one of mine. She's hiding within their midst, and will have insider information on the slavers.
How do I find your pirate in Crooksburg?
She'll find you, Lovesome. You'll know her by her scar. It's a ghastly sight.
Okay, how is Ferrante connected with the slavers?
I've only suppositions to offer you, Lovesome. But I'd bet my swollenette Ferrante is attempting to gain standing with someone other than the slavers. Aiding the slavers is small fry for a captain like Ferrante. It wouldn't pay well enough to be worth the investment. Nope, he's got ulterior motives, mark my words.
Alright, I'll go to Crooksburg.
Find me when you've freed those slaves. I'll make it worth your while.
Alright.
Captain?
Very well.
Yeah?
Sounds good.
Good thinking.
Well, let's go. So it is the court. It's just upstairs. It's just upstairs. Coo. Alright, we're gonna head out of here. And yeah, we can head out. I think we're gonna head northwest. We're gonna sail northwest. Let's get out of here. So Ferrante gave us a quest to do something with at Crooksburg with the slavers as well. So I think we're gonna have to make a choice. Okay. Crooksburg captain. Yeah, I wanna explore like this half of the map, but I don't want to go to the Ashenma yet. So Tikawara, we've had some this quest to go to Tikawara for a while as well. So why don't we do some exploring before we head to Crooksburg? We do have a quest to go to Sayuka and Oreo Okoiki. Yeah, you know what? Let's do some exploring over here. Let's go to this unidentified location. Listen to some pirate tunes. One sec here. Alright. I love these pirate songs. Alright, here we are. Tangalo is Ma. Let's head in here. Let's head in here. See what we can see. The fetid, vegetal smell of decay alerts you to the swamp before you stumble upon it. It extends far into the distance, overgrown with ancient trees and vines. Solid patches of ground are few and far between. Crossing the morass will likely demand many miles of arduous travel. Alright, forge ahead into the swamp. Success. With patience and some careful maneuvering, you manage to keep yourself and the others out of the stinking morass and on dry ground. You come upon a particularly boggy stretch surrounded by dense trees with not a single patch of dry ground in sight. With no way forward but through, you forge ahead into the bog. 5 hours pass. You're startled by a chorus of moaning voices. You spin around, searching for the source, but the moans seem to come from every direction at once. Through the trees, you spot a narrow deer trail. You may be able to get free of the bog that way, but there's no telling where it leads. Head for the path. Dare. Failure. Many hours of exhausting travel have put the group on edge. Even traveling companions who are usually friends snap and glare at one another. You wander in circles, all sense of direction lost in the eternal dreary sameness of the swamp. You choose a random direction and hope for the best. Adair was injured from everyone was injured with fatigue. Your noisy attempt to flee has only made it easier for the moaning creatures to find you. Bony hands snake out of the water and grab hold of your ankles. The bony hands are too many, too tenacious. You are unable to break free. Skeletons rise from the water and advance on you in a shambling horde. And we're all fatigued. Not good. Not good. Not ideal. Not ideal. Alright.
See you must meet.
Pretty easy to kill though.
Well, wrong. Frog in a fit got cocked out, didn't I?
Take this. Just like that. Hit me again and I'll hit you back.
That's for my friends.
Me too, man.
Alright, let's get May out of here. Start using our abilities a little bit. Shorty, I think is tanking 3 right now. So after we cast this spell,
damn him, blast.
This is our escape ability. Jeepers, there are a lot of guys.
You be owing me that drink, Maya. You must me too, man.
He's got ranged battle going on against the sling.
Frog in a fit.
So I don't think we've aggroed these two yet.
For the wrong annuity.
That must have hurt.
See you must me too, man.
Oh. Here we go. Chunking it.
Damn it, blast.
Alright. That took out most of them. There may be a few more over here. I'll have to go check that out. That was a lot of guys. That was a lot of baddies. I mean, he handled it, but... Alright. Get all of our loots. See if there's anybody over here.
Got someone in my...
There is. We're full health.
sights.
Yeah.
Just a little fatigue.
That hit true. Take this.
Just
Look at that crit, eh? Foot notification below. 70 plus 13 fire damage. That's our sword mode we're laughing. She got a crit for massive damage. Awesome. Awesome. Just gonna inspect the rest of this place. Alright, let's camp out, get rid of our fatigue. Give everybody some hardtack. Rest. And rest. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, let's get out of here. Let us get out of here. Ruined Tower. Search the location. 4 hours. Got some golden swola. Scroll of Winter Wind. Golden obols. Golden swole. Great. Forgotten catacomb. Let's check this out. A lush, narrow valley lies below you. You spot an overgrown stone structure built into the valley's side in the distance. Before the stone structure spreads, a broad field peppered with ancient splints and mounds of cracked stonework. As you move closer, you discover that the stone structure is actually the entrance to a crypt. Though the doorway is thick with mud and as damp as sweat-slick skin, you continue down into the dark. Let's see what's down here.
dim in the lantern.
Dim that lantern. Check for traps.
May I be...
Right between the eyes.
Oh, an ogre. Cypher's trying to dominate his mind. Calm down. Easy peasy. That was a good fight.
Still got it.
Mother.
Oh, good.
I love Seraphin. I didn't love him at first, but he's really been growing.
Lava be on sick.
He's a good guy. It's not walking.
Me too.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
See that beauty of a head, Maya?
Smokes.
Mother.
Somebody leveled up.
Me too.
Yeah, Seraphin did. Nice.
Of course.
Ooh, Reckless Brigandine. Armor rating 11, so it's heavy armor. Exceptional. Go not quietly. Plus 5% action speed in melee. Increases per engaged target. Plus when enemies engaged. That's really cool. I don't think that's better than Adair's current heavy armor, though. We can have a look. Let's give it to him for now. Everything else can go in the stash.
Captain. Aye, aye.
I like that we're finding unique items, though. That's great. That's great. These badges.
Keeping an eye out.
All right, let's check out his armor. A little comparison here. I think it's way better. I think he's got something way better on. But so it's medium armor, Saints War armor. Grants second chance, though. Actually, you know what? We are going to give him the Reckless Brigandine. That looks hilarious. It's quite the outfit. Let's see here. Medium armor. Grants second chance. What are we wearing? Let's give this to Footman. See if this is an upgrade for him. 7. Recovery time is 20% with his light armor. Plus 2 armor rating. Minus 10% recovery time. Plus 8 reflex. Yeah, I think he's going to keep that on. Yeah. Cool. Should we enchant it? Into the breach. What does this do? Melee weapon damage increases as wearer loses health. No, we don't need that. Superb. That would only add 1 armor rating, so good.
Ahoy!
Oh yeah, and Seraphin's level up. Mechanics and bluff. He gets a level 7 spell. Ancestor's Memory unlocks the hidden repositories of an ally's mind and soul, granting them the brilliant inspiration for a short time. Could be good. Screaming Souls. Keyword shred. The cipher targets a spirit or vessel and tears it at the coalesced soul energy inside of them. Oh, and tears at the coalesced energy inside of them, causing them and any immediate spirit or vessel to emit a deafening scream that distracts and deals raw damage to those nearby. Could be good. Could be good. What is this? Stasis Shell. The cipher is able to isolate a single enemy from the world, leaving them unable to act, but also unable to be affected by outside parties. Yeah, I like that. We're definitely going to take that. The Complete Self. When the cipher critically hits with a cipher spell, there's a chance to recover some of the focus spent. Could be good. Echoing Horror. When a cipher kills an enemy, a nearby enemy may become frightened. Accurate Empower. And then these are just the regular level 7 empowers. I like that. When he crits, he gets some of his focus back. Let's go with that.
Ooh, have yourself a look at that, mate.
Seraphin discovered something.
Captain.
What did he discover?
Done and done.
What did he discover? Can I click? Oh, you can click on it. So it's something up here, which sure why he was able to see through the wall, but I'm not complaining. Let's save, and then we'll do a stealthy walk through here. Dargul. Okay, so we've got this Sickle of Atrophy. I think we have a we have one of those items that allows us to, yeah, Sickle of Atrophy Ward Stone. So let's give that to Adair and then have him use it before we head into this room.
Something I can do? You see that?
Oh, crap.
I got it.
Just caused him to trigger it. Perfect.
Hardly more than half anti-art. Cocked that up, didn't I?
I'm on it.
Hold my guts in here, Captain.
Stand together!
You, girl. Oh. She is currently charmed.
Damn it, blast.
She's just firing like crazy. What the heck? Can't do anything with her yet.
Seer must meet
No, I don't want your birdie attacking you. It's fine. There we go, she's back. She's back. Alright, let's roll you out of the way.
Just like that.
Shut off.
blast.
That's my friend. Be on it.
I'm throwing up the head. Futile.
It's like,
Oh, Ixie. Oh,
Cocked that up, didn't I?
barely damage is it's immune to slashing, piercing. Has a serious burn. Alright, well, we don't have to do anything to it.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I
We're immune, so we can that's fine. This is what Seraphin found. Alright, let's
You
go
were
to this
saying?
room. Oops.
Just say the
Yeah,
word.
this room.
Seer must meet you.
No worries, no worries. I need to go back in there.
mow it. On it.
Take that!
One over.
Damn him,
Just like
blast.
that.
Chunky. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Wet and sleazy. Okay, so we killed Vampire. Do we get a head for that? Oops. Let's go to our inventory. Do we get a head for that? Cooking fat. We have Onadair's head. No, I don't think we got anything for that, so okay.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to this place. What does this say? Burial chamber. Well, we cleared out the burial chamber, so if we get a quest later on, maybe that'll give us a some bonus XP. Oh, that's all we had to do to finish naming the island. Okay. Let's see. Let's call it Stove Up. He is our last follower. Stove Up gets the island. All right, let's go back to our ship and continue exploring. explore around this area. One more island. That's beautiful, guys. Plagued ship. Last time we got sick when we helped the plagued ship, but let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm just gonna skip through some of this dialogue because we've already done it. Use the spyglass. Yeah, they're on the ship. Alright, pull alongside. They're not happy about it. And we're going to heal them. And they gave us boots of stability. Great. And we got some XP. One of our ship members is now sick. Alright, let's check out those boots. Let's check out those boots. +5 fortitude, -25% hostile dexterity affliction duration. +5 fortitude, it's pretty good. What do you got on? Boots of speed. Sure, we'll give those to Adair. Boots of speed. Anybody need those? I don't think so. Chody? Oh yeah, Chody doesn't even have boots on. Totally. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, we have a little save ski and continue exploring. Get rid of all this fog of war. I wonder if this is gonna be a 100% run. I wonder. It pretty much is so far. Pretty much is so far. The Valian Trench. Cool. Sickness wrecks your crew. Of course it does. It's because we just helped that boat. Alright. I'm just gonna skip through this again, guys, because we've already done it. Break out the medicinal stores. Actually, you know what? We can pray for intercession. Let's try that first. See how that goes. There's a lot of dialogue here, but basically a long prayer. Everyone gains morale. Nice. It works. It works. I won't bore you with reading that again. Basically, Chody prays to Gon. And we're healed. Oh, who's that? Aims of the many eyes. Not interested. There's a storm. Right around that. This is the island we just explored. And Quaro. You find 2 of your crew members playing a game in the hold. So we've done this before. These ship events, guys, I'm just gonna blast through them. Let's play around. 10 points he goes for. You top that? Alright. Take aim at the nose. See if we can do that. Oh, we got a hit on the ear. So we're at -3 points right now. 7. So we gotta hit the nose. Nope. So we're still -3. He hits the mouth for 5. So we're -1. So we still have to go for a nose shot. There we go. There we go. I believe we're up. Yeah, up by 2. We're the winner. 500 copper and some experience. And 5 morale for playing with my crew. Perfect. Nice. Let's put some of this stuff on our ship. Put that water on there. Fresh fruit. Yeah, looks like we're gonna need to buy some stuff soon. What do we have to drink that's other than there we go, some ale for our crew. What else can we give them? There's some fine Adirian mead. Kith meat. They do not want to eat that. Swordfish. There's some milk. Drink some milk, guys. There. There we go. That ought to hold us for a bit. Okay. Radolf. I think we have a quest for Radolf. It's down here a bit. Yeah. Okay, let's head up to Bakarna's observatory. Let's do that. We have a quest to go here. 2 levels too high right now. We'll come back. But we have explored it, so that's good. It's over here. Isolated beach, abandoned village. It's 1 level too high. We could try. Manure cleft. I don't think we have a quest for that yet, so let's just keep doing some exploring. Who's this? Ashen Maw. We don't want to go there yet. So let's head up kind of more northwest here. Finish exploring there. Oh, you look like you just turned to attack us. I think we're about to get attacked. Yep. Alright, here we go. They have a much stronger ship with much stronger sails. So let's see what happens here. Crew throws open the gun ports. Alright, we're closing the board. We're not going to win a ship battle here, so let's take them out. With a deafening crunch, the Defiant and Bornlod collide, sending shards of wood and enemy sailors flying. Results. Defiant received 31 hull damage. Oh my goodness. 8 sail damage. Not good. But I don't think we're going to win a ship battle. So let's get into it, guys. Oh, these are like giants. Giant Viking dudes. Alright, we're going to have to pull out some stops here. Yeah, they're very strong. We're going to have to pull out the stops here. Alright, put some venom on your blade. Jody. I can't use these anymore. I thought we're supposed to replenish after once per rest. No uses left. Just once per rest. Maybe it only had so many charges. Maybe they're just out. This dragon one we can summon now. Summon that dragon wing and Alright, let's start with that. Let's see how this goes. Alright, here's a dare. Alright, dare. I need you on these
Sorry,
three.
friend. I can't.
Why? I can't do. Footman, you're back here. You are going to...
together.
And then smoke cloud out. Let's do that. Alright, this guy's kind of blocking our path. Let's take him out first with Footman. One down. Shorty's on it. So, what should we do here? What should we do here? What's this? We could change spots with Ishi and stun this guy. Do that. I want to try this spell. That's done. I think I killed him. He's dead. Yes. Alright. Let's you know what we're gonna do? We're actually going to Shadowing Beyond. Here.
See that beauty of a head fire?
Now that we're stealth, we're gonna hit this flame caller. And then smoke cloud.
Just like lantern flares.
And then that distracts both of them. Perfect.
Very well.
Smoked. Smoked. Alright, now we're also going to smoke cloud out again. Use aggro on these guys. And distract them. Whoa, that choking touch. 20 electric damage. Oh, but then what? So what just killed him? Couldn't kill Durix. Joking touch. Oh, for 33. Okay. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Thanks for guys. Okay. Oswald suffered deep laceration. Berth suffered puncture wound. All them been super cracked bone. 3 gains a ton of experience and saber experience. Rank with sharp rock and love. Awesome. We're full morale, so we're just gonna take all of them. That's how you do it. We took a lot of ship damage though, so we're gonna have to dock. We're gonna have to dock. Maybe in Sayuka to repair the ship. That's gonna be our best bet. This guy's chasing us. Yeah. It's a good thing we got out of there. We don't have the ship fortitude right now. So let's go to Sayuka. Let's do that. Okay. Sayuka, early autumn. I know we've got some quests here, but we're really just more here to dock. Okay, so some of our shipmates took some damage, but nobody's looking injured anymore. I guess we were just able to use our medicine? Hey, that works for me. That is not our boat. That tiny little thing.
I'm
is
here.
Not our boat. Okay.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Sayuka.
Oh, thank you.
You are welcome in Sayuka, traveler, as surely as the winds stir the sea.
The young Juana woman gives you a sunny smile that shows every one of her pointed teeth.
No, no, no. How many times must I demonstrate the proper way to greet a visitor?
The undersecretary makes emphatic chopping motions with his hand, a snarl curling his thin lips.
I say, I must have forgotten again. Will you remind me of the line, Undersecretary?
We say clear skies, traveler. Simple, elegant, and no smiling. Do you understand, Greeter Tebe?
Can you repeat it once more? I want to make sure I've got it.
Tepe turns wide, innocent eyes on the undersecretary. The Undersecretary opens his mouth to speak, but his expression abruptly clouds. He shoots a scowl at Tebe, and he elects instead not to dignify her joke at his expense. Whoa.
Questions, traveler?
What can you tell me about Sayuka?
Sayuka, known to my people as Rubiri, is a colonial outpost of the Royal Deadfire Company.
Tebe makes no effort to hide the boredom in her voice.
The island of Sayuka is the Royal Deadfire Company's center of engineering research and development in the archipelago. Our work is directed by Fleet Master Okaya, the youngest Rawatayan ever to hold the title. Best of her class at the Naval Academy in Tokoa, and a brilliant engineer, our Fleet Master.
Pride warms his voice.
You forgot to mention the giant sharks, Undersecretary.
Wait. Giant sharks?
Giant sharks, giant coral, giant trees, Akira. The only thing not bigger in Sayuka is us Juana.
She chuckles. Okay.
Small mercy.
The Undersecretary mutters under his breath. I think I meant his breath.
No one knows why things grow large in Sayuka, but there are all sorts of theories. Me? I think Gallowayne smiles on us.
Tebe's cheeks glow with a faint blush. The first authentic emotion you've seen cross her face.
Superstition is unbecoming of a Royal Deadfire Company officer, Tebe.
I say, it's a lucky thing I'm not one then.
Why are you dressed like a Royal Deadfire Company soldier, Tebe?
Akira. I wonder the same every day.
Tebe tugs at the neck of her uniform and rolls her dark eyes at the Undersecretary when she thinks he's not looking.
Tebe learns to perform her duties as a Rawatayan might.
The Undersecretary straightens his back and squares his shoulders.
Her fellow Juana show a lamentable disinterest in the proper way of doing things.
He nods curtly in Tebe's direction.
Do not speak about me as if I am not here.
What is an Undersecretary exactly?
A career sandal sniffer and busybody, so far as I can tell.
Tebe shrugs.
You ungrateful sag! I am the second in command to Fleet Master Okaya, the governor of your piddling little island, and I will not be mocked by a smart-mouthed idler like you!
Here we go. The Undersecretary's jowls quiver and barely contain rage.
So I have heard many, many times.
Tebe meets your eyes and raises her brows emphatically. Is it just me, or is this guy terrible?
You don't know the half of it.
An impish smile plays at the corner of her mouth.
What was that, Greeter Tebe?
Surely just the breeze, Undersecretary.
Tebe's impish smile grows into a mocking grin.
You will call me Sir.
Rude.
Akira, I certainly will not.
All right. Well, that was a nice little reading. Let's do a quick save here. One sec, guys. I just got a bajillion text messages I gotta read real quick. From my wonderful wife. Let's see here. Just reading some text real quick here, guys. One sec. Okay, so let's do some exploring here. Just explore the rest of the docks. Clear skies. Moro Fetoliano. Oh, a little stray cat. What do we find here? Bernard. What is up, Bernard? Where are you? There you are. Bernard. +1 intellect. Party-wide effect, +5% damage with range weapons. Nice. Nice. How do you unlock these? I wonder why we're the only ones who can get pets. Alright, let's just head person? Okay, let's talk to Morofeto. You find a man dressed in worn, dirty leather armor. His long, scraggly beard is encrusted with salt. His curly hair has clearly not seen a comb in some time, and the toenails of his bare fear are cracked and torn. I think they meant feet. His bare feet. The only thing at any value that he carries is an amulet.
Oh, greetings.
He hesitates a moment before saying more. I think that's Taliesin Jaffe.
Might I help you with something?
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose.
He looks at you quizzically, perhaps unsure why you've asked him such a personal question.
I was a proud man once. A gold pack knight. Then I took a job and it went poorly. I could no longer stay with the Order after that.
His eyes take on a faraway look as he remembers.
In the years since, I have wandered the length of the Deadfire, dedicating my life to self-discipline and abstination from worldly distractions. It is only through suffering that the soul becomes strong. Do you understand?
That's it?
Well, I am waiting for someone. But I do not know when they will arrive or who they will be when they get here. All I know is that they are a seer, and they seek me. So I wait.
And how will you recognize them?
I will not, but it does not matter. I have this amulet here, and I yet draw breath. That is all I need.
Can I have it?
No? Someone is coming for me, and they will know my amulet.
Bluff and diplomacy. You should have faith that the seer will find you without it. That's the true test.
Perhaps you have a point.
He gently tugs the amulet off over his head. He holds it in his palm a moment, his expression unreadable, then hands it to you. Nice. You've gained an item, claim, and refusal. The item is put into your stash.
Just, please, take good care of it.
Okay, great. Could you teach me what you've learned in your years of wandering the Deadfire?
I have already given you my most prized possession, and you ask for more still.
I do.
Fine. I will show you what I can. For 3,000 copper.
For some reason I can't say yes, so no, I don't think so.
Fine by me. Find me if you need me.
Okay, I guess it was the amulet or... claim and refusal. What does this do? Faces of the pendant grants claim. The serene face focuses the wearer's mind and soul with purpose and acceptance, increasing melee damage inflicted and received. Plus 10% damage taken from melee attacks, plus 10% damage with melee attacks. Okay, refusal. Minus 10% damage taken from melee attacks, minus 10% damage with melee attacks. Okay, so those cancel out. I don't understand. Grants claim. And refusal. Let's put it on and see what happens. Footman. Oh, so you get to pick one or the other. So 10%, you do 10% more and take 10% more. Or you do 10% less and take 10% less. I see. So they're like modals. Sure, let's do that. Let's do that. And this Tears of Saint Macao. What does this do? Armor rating against spells. And Martyr's Memories. I feel like we can give that to Chody. Or Seraphin. Let's give it to Seraphin. What does this do? Intellect. That's pretty good. Why don't we give that to Chody? Let's give that to Chody. Yeah.
look what the Watcher's given me.
That'll do
It's
it.
pretty as a picture, ain't it?
That'll do it. And there we go. There we go. Okay. I think we're all sorted out there. Let's head into the Fleet Master's office, I suppose.
I'm here.
See what we can learn here.
Don't bring trouble, I hope.
Fleet Master Okaya. Fleet Master Okaya stares with unwavering intensity at the small sea of papers strewn across her desk. She holds a pencil lightly in one hand and absently taps the tip of it against her lips. After a moment, a low hum escapes her throat. The sound ends with a harsh scoff, then she flicks her eyes to meet yours.
Artillery trajectory calculations. Terribly tedious and lamentably imprecise in a storm.
As she chews on the end of her pencil, her gaze grows distant, like she's watching something behind you.
Ah, but the numbers distract me. Where are my manners? You found me with a rare spare moment.
Who are you?
Did you not read the name on the door before you came in? You do know you're in the office of the Fleet Master, I hope.
I meant, who are you in the general sense?
Ah, you meant to ask why I'm important enough to have my name on a door.
Sure.
I'm a Fleet Master of the Rawatayan Navy stationed at Sayuka, a research colony of the Royal Deadfire Company.
What are you researching?
Andra's mortar. Storms that strong, that consistent. I suspect they're not natural.
Impressive title.
To one unfamiliar with the Rawatayan Navy, perhaps. But mine is an administrative position.
Okay.
I see to the smooth running of Sayuka. Of course, it'd be a sight easier if there weren't the coral to contend with.
What fleet? I don't see any boats.
You misunderstand. I don't command ships. I command this port. Rawatayan vessels docking here are under my protection, but I don't tell them where to go. That's the Hazanui's job.
Hey, Cosmos. Welcome back. How you doing today, Sam? Okaya nods and looks briefly at her desk, distracted by a table of figures. As she reads, she twirls her pencil between her fingers, stopping briefly to take a few brief notes. She appears to have forgotten you entirely. Okay. I guess I'll ask her again. Who are you?
Did you not read the name on the door before you came in? You do know you're in the office of the Fleet Master, I hope.
Yeah, you told me. She knits her brows. Shrug.
I'm a Fleet Master of the Rawatayan Navy stationed at Sayuka, a research colony of the Royal Deadfire Company.
She's good. How are you? I'm good. I'm doing well, yeah. We, just progressing through the story here. I'm having a blast playing some PoE 2. I see. Okay. Nothing to see here, I guess.
Certainly.
I'm just
My fingers be fat and fur swabbed and sparkling, Captain.
Just gonna loot your superb arquebus. Thank you. Don't have to talk to her yet, I guess. Alright, let's head up here.
Oi,
No.
Cap!
There he is.
There he be! There be Romaro. Sure as my arse be blue.
Seraphin runs to meet an old white-robed man. Here we go.
I wish you'd not come, my lad. Pleased though I be to see you. Even Aldi's anarchists spare no mercy for mutineers.
Seraphin breaks away and peers up at Romero.
Aye, but you, a traitor? The very thought of it be ludicrous.
He spreads his open palms wide to either side.
Return with us. I'll be protecting you, and we'll be seeing your fair judging.
With a slow shake of his head, Romero swallows.
I can't, Blue. Much as I loathe to leave. I'm dead to these waters, and they to me.
Seraphin gapes and sputters before finding his response.
Break my biscuits and call me Swabby. You've gone addled in your dotage, ain't you?
The Orlan looks at you, lower lip twitching.
Captain, unsheathe that silvered tongue of yours and talk some damn sense into this old salt.
Why did you leave Fort Deadlight? You might have been safe there.
I couldn't bear to remain, sheltered or no. It's a hopeless feeling, bearing witness to the slow decline of something I once held such pride in.
There still be pride to be had. Honor, too. Things be changing, sure as shit. But you can't thread them narrows if you ain't even at the wheel.
Maya cocks her head and listens.
I hope I'm wrong, if only for your sake. I don't think the Principe can survive as is, and I can't watch something I devoted my life to sink into ruin.
You're fleeing your problems.
Ach, these roomy eyes have seen too much. Nepotism and cronyism run rampant, rotting the Principe from inside out. Power consolidates behind the least deserving. The Consuelo's leadership founders, and with it, my faith.
Belay that plan of you, old sea dog. You're no good as any. There ain't no faith in these waters, save that you be finding for yourself.
He flashes a crooked smirk and strikes a closed fist against his chest.
Betwixt your brains and my swagger, we'll be right in the good ship Principe San Petrina forthwith, and be shot of these ship-squiffy doldrums.
Romaro's frown deepens as he looks away from Seraphin and towards the sea.
A fine dream. I pray to Ondra that you achieve it. For me, though, the current flows but one way. A return to the Principe would mean my death.
Is it true what you're accused of?
I've not heard every charge against me, but that of mutiny, of that charge, I bear guilt.
Seraphin's ears droop. He reaches for Romaro, but stops short, letting his hands fall.
Why? The sorcerer were our home and kin. We're our cock-swelling pride. And you bartered it to an half-drowned old elf for a pint-bilged fucking clipper.
Staring intently on the ground at Romaro's feet, Seraphin shakes, his fists balled at his sides.
14 years I spent swabbing them decks. Longer yet for you. Captain Bastion trusted you. I trusted you.
His glare rises to meet Romaro's eyes.
Ach, bon amico.
Romaro's mouth opens briefly before closing again, and he swallows.
Sientere, Seraphin. I've disappointed you, hurt you. No words can justify my actions. I only hope you believe me, that I did what needed doing.
How can I?
With a tired shrug, Seraphin looks away. In Site 10, you're hiding something.
Ach, that I am. Many things. For many reasons. I learned long ago that it's oft-times better to hold your tongue.
The Watcher here reminded me that you and me, we be deeper than two hands on a deck. We be kin. You be the closest thing I've ever had to a father. And if you be setting sail, I'll be embarking with you.
Maya thumbs her chin, nodding.
Your journeys with this Watcher have changed you, Blue. You wear it well, bon amico.
He sighs and shakes his head sadly.
Captain Bastion had the sorcerer slaving.
Romaro frowns at his dark, wrinkled hands and rubs his palms together. Seraphin blinks, expression blank. His mouth opens, closes, opens again. His fur bristles, ears angling lower.
Slaving? What kind of fathom-headed hornswoggle be this? The sorcerer were my kin. They weren't slaving. I hunted slavers for the captain. We freed slaves together.
So I also believed. But Bastion sold those we saved to the Crooksburg slavers. I found records of it in his quarters, almost a decade's worth. When I confronted him, it went poorly.
Rage rushes through your blood, flushing your skin, and cold hate spirals along the length of your spine as confusion blurs your vision. Let the visions come. Sand beneath your feet, crusted and blooded. You young and small, filthy and shaking in fright. Cheers from all corners. Jeers, too. And the shouts of the kith before you. A mow and thrice your height. Heavy muscle and soft fat wrapped in bright robes. Don't make me go again, you plead. Don't make me. His heavy hand sends you sprawling in the sand to a chorus of jubilant applause. You bounce to your feet as the other slave boy approaches. You feel his thoughts, a tickle in the back of your mind, his fear, greater than your own. But what can you do? Only one may live. You silence everything but the anger, but the hate. And it propels your snapping teeth and grasping hands. The blows light but fast. And the other youth all screams.
Sientere, bon amico. Forgive me.
Romero stands a bit unsteadily.
I meant you not to know. To keep your faith in our traditions. To remain optimistic. A bright star within the Principe.
Seraphin, you've heard Romero's confession. What would you do with him now?
Cut him loose, Cam. Aye, he did the Deadfire a fine turn by sinking them slavers. But among the Consuelo, mutiny means death. Better go on for a no.
Alright. We'll leave you be, Romero.
Agrasima, Watcher. The Clipper will be loaded soon, and then we'll be away. Cores, Seraphin. Bon amico. Take this. May you have rare cause to use it.
He provides Seraphin with a tightly wrapped package. You gain fire in the hole. Hello. Nice. Let's have a look at that in a sec.
I hope we meet again someday. On calmer seas.
Cores, bon amico.
Seraphin turns away. Alright, let's have a look at that blunderbuss. Where is it? Fire in the hole. Superb, 18 to 24 damage. Inaccurate. Yeah, that's standard. Veil piercing, great. Superb, great. Explosive shot. Basic attacks deal best of pierce or slash damage in a small AoE. Whoa. Nice. So what do we have here? Hand mortar. Also has, so it's the same thing. I think. Just higher damage. 18 to 24. 18 to 24 instead of 14 to 20. And it's superb instead of fine, which is great. And what about this other one? Kitchen stove. Grants wild shot. With no regard for proper reloading technique or suitable ammunition, shots become a mixture of unburnt pattern debris. Reloading is quicker and easier, and the projectiles bounce to nearby targets. So it's a lot less damage, but wild shot ranged attack bounces +1 times for 22.4 seconds. Ranged attacks bounce. So this is wild shot gets added to other weapons as well. That's pretty cool. So I think we need to keep that one. Kitchen stove. I think we just need to trade out the hand mortar. Fire in the hole. So let's do that. Nice. Let's see about enchanting it too. Chain shot. Ranged attacks bounce +1 times. That's really good. Concealing smoke. +10 deflection against range attacks for 2 seconds. Legendary. Yeah, let's have the chain shot enchantment. Boom. Nice. And we got an achievement, the Enchanter achievement. Nice. Alright. That's awesome. That's awesome. The little save ski there.
Aye, aye.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Here, giant marlin. Talk to me. As you approach, the fish vendor flashes you a broad, cheery grin. He beckons you over with a wave of his hand and directs your attention to his latest delivery. What do you have for sale?
All the wonders of the sea, and more besides.
He directs you to display selling the day's catch. Great. Let's see if he has any shark. I think Ishi, the bird, likes shark. There we go, aged shark meat. Let's grab some of that. Anything else you sell? No. Let's grab the shark meat and see if we can give it to Ishi. We're also gonna liquidate all this stuff. While we're here. There we go. I'm just gonna keep that arquebus for a sec. I'm not sure what Maya's using, if it's superb or exceptional. Let's see here. Weapons. Maya. She has a superb arquebus. Yeah, okay, so we can sell it. We just hit 100k.
You look hungry. All the wonders of this.
Which is great. We're selling our super arquebus. There we go. 3,800. Awesome. Let's see if we can give Ishi this.
Captain, time for another of our chats?
I want to speak with Ishiza.
I'll give you two lovebirds some room to chat.
Yeah. Try to feed Ishiza. As you open your pack, Ishiza hops closer, craning back his head to observe with interest. There we go. Swim some shark meat in his direction. Pecking at it delicately at first, Ishiza tosses caution to the wind and devours the haunch of meat with wild abandon. He looks up at you imploringly. Offer Ishiza some more shark meat. He accepts the offering eagerly, picking apart and forcing down the meat with untrammeled joy. Okay, let's keep going. He flaps his wings and descends on the meat, throwing back his head to choke as much down in a single go as possible.
Now that is what I'd call a happy bird.
Maya folds her arms and grins.
Not to mention a fat bird. Pretty soon I'll have to roll him around like a cask of ale.
There we go. Cosmos says, I am lurking, cooking dinner. Right on. Lurk away, Cosmos. What's for dinner? You don't have to answer that if you're busy. It's important to me that every member of the crew is well fed, even the birds. That was good shark. Hope it counts for something. Are we on friendlier terms yet? Let's be off. This is fun and all, but I think we should stop. Let's ask if we're on friendlier terms yet.
It didn't take you long to open up to the idea at first. I like that eagerness. Let's say you've graduated to achieving the bare minimum of my favor.
Maya folds her arms and grins.
Which is farther than most anyone gets.
Great. It's important to me that every member of our crew is well fed, even the birds.
Mark of a good captain, I'd say. Consider your performance noted.
Maya bites her thumbnail and smiles. Performance? Was this just a test?
You're talking to a competitive naval sharpshooter with a litter of brothers. Everything's a test. But you also fed my bird, which is just plain decent.
Where do we go from here?
Well?
Touching your arm, Maya surprises herself with a gesture and pulls her hand away just as fast. Her fingers felt calloused and very warm.
Sorry. I'm not new to this. I'm just not used to sharing company longer than a single voyage. I can't say where this goes next, but I'm keen on where it is now.
Wonderful. Cosmo says, it's a Cosmos concoction, beef and green peppers thingy, kind of like the filling for a cheesesteak, but without the bread. Oh, nice. Like a stir fry kind of thing. Sounds delicious. It's only lunchtime here. It's only 12:25 here, so just getting ready to get some lunch in me here. What do you look for in a partner? I think we both want this as long as it's on our terms. I know we're getting comfortable, but I could use a little space. I just hope I pass your next test. This won't work if you keep tricking me into taking care of your pet. Says, yeah, very much like a stir fry. Nice. Sounds good. What do you look for in a partner?
A man will do in a pinch, as long as their best thinking comes from the appropriate brain.
Okay.
Women usually make for better conversation. Not that this isn't its own kind of charming. I just get a feeling about certain people, no matter their equipment. I usually go for the clever ones, though they're not always clever enough to tell that I'm available. What about you? What do you fancy?
I find myself unusually attracted to military sharpshooters. I like a disciplinarian, Pelagina for instance. I like someone carefree but principled like Seraphin, a passionate, free spirit like Chodi, someone like Decay who, just look at him. Someone warm and practical like Adair, someone focused on the complex like Aloth. Let's go for this one. I find myself unusually attracted to military sharpshooters.
That right.
She raises her finger to her lips and smiles.
We're all slaves to our own nameless want, aren't we?
She shakes her head, grinning. I think we both want this as long as it's on our terms.
Sounds nice when you say it like that. A little wholesome for my taste, but nice. However it pans out, thanks for taking the time. And for the bird food.
Alright, let's be off. Trying to get Maya in our good books. Kiwami, let's chat. Looks like you got some weapons. A young woman leans against the till, her eyes half closed. She jerks awake when she hears the scuff of your boots on the flagstones and fumbles about for something to polish in an effort to look busy.
What can I do for you?
She surreptitiously wipes a bit of drool from the corner of her mouth. What do you have in stock?
Put your eyes on these.
She waves her across the merchandise with a theatrical flair. Hello, what do we got here? One-handed spear. Stalker's Patience. Accurate, legendary, wounding. Hits with this weapon cause 10% damage as raw damage. Ambushing. 10% damage to flanked targets. Increases with stealth skill. Ooh. That sounds really good. For footmen. We could do a spear sword combo maybe? What's this? Great sword two-handed. I don't think we're gonna do that. We could do Stalker's Patience and Modwer. Could do that. Spear and sword. Penetration's high. It's a little bit slower than the... It is like a quarter of all copper that we have, though. Well, we know it's there. We know it's there. I think we're doing okay for now. I think we're doing okay. We'll just leave it for now. I would like to do some ship upgrades, so maybe we'll save our money for that. So that takes us out of the city. So we can go to the Juana Longhouse next. Let's check that out. Who's this? Ruwahi, Tipa, and Waito. A broad-shouldered man with a long, jagged scar across his brow argues with a woman outside the longhouse. He throws his hands up, about to shout, but the woman cuts him off mid-exclamation.
I will not return to the Longhouse, Weto, never! And I won't blunt my teeth about it further!
She plants her hands firmly on her hips and juts out her chin in defiance.
For what are you so stubborn? The Rawatayans do us a great favor and you spit in their faces.
Weto ceases his shouting when he notices you listening in.
What do you need?
Is there a problem here?
Not at all, not at all. My sister and I are just having a small disagreement.
Weto rubs at the back of his neck and looks away embarrassed.
It is because you speak like this that I yell at you in the first place. You're beginning to sound like those Rawatayan outlanders, and it shames me to say so.
What's your problem with the Rawatayans?
Ignore her. She has an urchin up her ass about her cousins from the north and can't be persuaded. I should know. I've tried.
He shoots Tippa an irritated look and rolls his eyes.
Is it so unreasonable to want to protect my culture, our culture, from our greedy neighbors?
She spits on the ground between you and grits her teeth.
They arrive in ships laden with goods they believe will please us and think that gives them the right to build their walls on our land. Then, they act surprised when we don't all fall at their feet with cries of gratitude.
She has a point.
Akira, don't encourage her. I will never hear the end.
We are no strangers to the menaces of the Deadfire. Pirates, colonials, Nagati's children. We have bested all of them before.
Okay.
We don't need them or their walls to keep us safe, and we surely don't need their longhouse.
Wait, so why do you support the Rautaians?
We are no strangers to storms. But last year we suffered many powerful ones in quick succession, and our harvest of Koiki fruit was destroyed. Prize share was rationed, famine loomed, and then the Rautaians sent ships, load after load of food, enough to see us to the next harvest. They could have left us to die, but they didn't.
It was only a ploy to make us dependent on them, Akira. We took their food and helping hands, and now we sleep in their buildings and watch the sea from their walls.
What does all this have to do with the Longhouse?
Another of the Rautaians' tricks. When our huts were destroyed in the storms, they did not rebuild them like they were as we requested. They built this longhouse instead. Are you not one people? They said. Why do you live divided, each caste apart from the others? They believe they know what's best for us, but how we live is not their business. The Fleet Master says we are weak because we don't work as one. She doesn't see that it's our differences that make the Huana strong. She doesn't want to see it, lest it put the lie to their enterprise here.
The Huana and Rautaians are both Amal. Why not be allied?
Under whose banner? Rauatai's? Then we cease to be Huana as surely as if they conquered us.
We have the land and resources Rauatai needs, and they have the military might we lack. We share a common ancestor. Why not create a common culture? Together we would be strong.
I say, if you truly believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I thought.
The Huana should forge their own path. The Rautaians understand what's important. You're all in over your heads. I think the Rautaians understand what's important. But I haven't really heard their side. You're all in over your heads. I don't know. I think I'm siding with the Rautaians on this one.
Akira, what a surprise! The Rautaian's mouthpiece believes he is in the right.
Tipa sneers and crosses her arms over her chest. She looks away, her teeth clenched.
Your support is appreciated, I say. Don't mind my sister. Her heart is in the right place.
He tries to put his hand on his sister's shoulder, but he shrugs him off. But she shrugs him off. A look of disgust curling her lips. Okay. But
I hate to see Tippa and Wedo fight.
Okay. Took Tippa's side there. Let's see what's in here.
Prayers over all this noise.
Just gonna quickly loot everything you have. Turi.
Those Raparu dare make such a racket in my longhouse? What were those royal Deadfire fools thinking?
A large Huana man glares down the lengths of the building, his fist clenched tight. You're an ass. It's a shame the company stuck you in here with all the common folk. At least the Royal Deadfire Company built you a better home.
I don't need a better house. I need privacy.
He shows up his arms with a wordless shout, throws up his arms. A brief hush falls over the longhouse with the Mataru's outburst. Maya cocks her head and listens.
What do you want?
Your room is much nicer than the others. How did the Royal Deadfire Company come to control Sayuka? Let's say this first one. Your room is much nicer.
I am Mataru, a warrior. The best quarters are mine by right. And yet I cannot display my most precious possession, my grandmother's warhammer, for fear the Raparu might steal it. It is absurd.
Why would the Raparu steal your stuff?
They know no better. A Juana's soul is not born into the Raparu without reason, after all.
He can hardly resist rolling his eyes. How did the Royal Deadfire Company come to control Sayuka?
Not even the greatest Mataru can stand against a fleet of Rawatayan warships.
The warrior speaks with a bitter shake of his head. Okay. I want your grandma's warhammer.
I don't be supposing we kid easy breezy, 10 sleazy.
Yoink. Superb warhammer.
Aye.
Thank you.
Over, then under, then twist. Good.
Akira, it looks so easy.
The middle-aged Kwaru woman raises her brows in question when you approach, her hands too full with braided ropes of dried reeds to greet you properly. Beside her stands an elderly Raparu man, awkwardly grasping his own bundle of reed rope.
Oh, hello. Come to watch me tie rugs, have you?
Yeah.
Asaru here's been teaching me.
He indicates the woman beside him with a dip of his chin. The corners of his mouth twitch like he's trying to hide a smile.
What say, traveler?
Isn't it unusual for Kwaru and Raparu to do the same work?
It is, as you say. But I have always admired the beautiful rugs Asaru makes.
Nice.
And Nadunga can fix anything. Is it not reasonable we should learn from each other?
Though she smiles as she speaks, Asaru's words hold a defensive edge, as if she's had to explain their unusual arrangement many times before.
Akira, especially if we must suffer Waturi together.
A sly grin spreads across the old man's face, and he elbows Asaru playfully in her side.
Just so.
Asaru swats his arm away with a small laugh. Then, her thoughts returning to Waturi, she makes a face like she's bitten into an underripe quakey fruit. Can you teach me how to tie a rug?
Ah, it's not a skill one learns in an afternoon. But should you wish to spend many months here in this longhouse, you're welcome.
A deep, throaty laugh rumbles through him.
I say, we have the room. So long as you do not mind sleeping like so many scrolls stuffed in a shelf.
Asaru shares in Nadunga's laugh. Is it stressful having all the cast living together in one building?
It's not so bad, excepting the nights Waturi gets into the palm wine.
Akira, but that man does snore loud enough to call down the rains.
She snorts, and Nadunga beside her smothers a raspy chuckle.
There is hardly any space to tie my rugs, to be certain, and I haven't had a moment to myself in weeks.
But there are also new friends to be made.
Nadunga finishes her sentence with a warm smile. Great.
Carry the winds with you, traveler.
That's nice. In here. Some Raparu. Alright. Let's go talk to this guy again now that we have his hammer.
What do you want?
Okay, never mind. Thought maybe we could try and give it back to him and teach him a lesson. Not the case. Just gonna keep it. Keep it in your grandma's hammer. Okay, let's head into the workshop. This is the last place for us to go. Let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Ahoy. Aye, aye.
A Hazanui and additional cannons. We must oblige her.
We cannot spare the weight.
Stay out of the way.
Already the ballast is overtaxed.
Increase the size of the ballast then.
And store it where? Then we must increase the size of the ship.
Take your concerns to the Valian. This mess is her responsibility now.
What do we got here? Alright. Take that stuff.
Just say the word.
Anybody else want to talk to us in here? I don't think so. So, Hitu doesn't want to talk.
Stay out of the way.
Okay. Just being a rude dude. Hey, electrical skateboard with the host. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for popping by. Welcome to the stream. Oh, here we go.
We're under attack. Hold them off while I tell the others.
Okay. What are you talking about?
There's no time. I have to warn the engineers.
Defend Sayuka. Alright, here we go. Good timing, guys. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it.
Your orders?
You can watch me defend Sayuka.
You were saying?
Let's go. Oh, bears and druids. Hello. Hey, Aboodles. Yay for affiliate. Thank you so much for the bits. 25 bits. That's amazing. Also, congratulations on being the first person to ever donate to my stream. Amazing as well. Thanks so much, Aboodles. Thank you.
I'm no help here.
Yeah, you got that #1 spot. What? What? I feel honored.
Give
Hey.
me the order.
For the wrong and Thanks for being here. Appreciate the follow and the bits.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
good.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we've been streaming for just about a month now, so maybe about 6 weeks.
Oh, good.
Boars and druids.
Me too.
Just like that.
I feel OP right now. I think we're just like, oh, it's because we have these guards with us. Alright, let's continue scouting the rest of the town here. Let's make sure, do we have everyone with us? I think so. Anybody over here we gotta take out? No. Yeah, thank you so much, Aboodles. Appreciate you dropping by. Dropping those biddies. Anybody over here? It says we're in combat, so is there somebody on the map? Because we're not healing. We can't go on fast mode. So there's a boar or something running around here. Maybe down here at the longhouse? Yeah, I can see some blood being splattered.
I've got this, Cap. Ha!
Let's go.
Cooked that up, didn't I?
Moe, Ixie, Alna.
Yeah, welcome everybody from Skateboards.
Me too.
Guys popping by and supporting the stream.
Hands to yourself.
Chunking them.
I'll be more than half anti, alright?
Oh. Master Kaya. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, we're just gonna run around the town.
Ahoy, Captain!
Oh. There we go. Ahoy yourself, Seraphin. Seraphin snaps to salute. A wide smile splashed across his furred face. Hey, Jacreamsicle with the follow. Thanks so much, Jacreamsicle. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you being here. Ahoy yourself, Seraphin.
Truth be told, I've not felt so cozy in a crew since my tour on the Sorcerer. With Romero and the lot. Good times and a half, that.
Our ship is a family to me, and I consider you a brother, Seraphin. Let's go for that.
Methinks me more crazy uncle than brother. But I appreciate your saying it all the same. By way of expressing my gratitude, I've a tribute to be presenting. It's meant to be worn by a great captain. I think you rightly qualify.
Nice.
And I think you'll look right spiff in it too.
Where did you get this?
Romero gifted it to me when I took leave of the Sorcerer. He had this notion I'd make captain myself someday.
You should keep this for when you're captain. You a captain? That's funny. Does that mean you don't want to be captain? Let's ask him.
Mayhaps I coveted a captain's quarters when I were a wee swabby. But serving with Ferrante, with yourself, seeing what leading a crew takes, well, I reckon it's like marrying. It just ain't for me.
All right, thank you for the gift.
Pleasure be entirely mine, Cap. May it serve you at least half as well as I.
He bows deeply, then salutes and turns away. You've gained fair favor. Nice. Nice. Let's have a look at that. What is fair favor? It's probably... There it is. Swashbuckling. 10% hit to crit chance. and 10% crit damage with daggers, rapiers, sabers, stilettos, and swords. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Yep, we're gonna put that on. Oh, baby. Look at that cap. Look at that cap. Looking spiff. Super spiffy.
Isn't that lovely?
Isn't that lovely? Awesome.
Not a problem, Captain.
Alright, we're gonna run through a bit of the town here first. All the druids we kill. Grab all this boar meat. All these fine objects. Sorry, I think I got interrupted there. Thanks to everybody who's stuck around from Electrical Skateboard Stream. Appreciate you guys being here and checking out a new streamer. Appreciate it very much. I've been streaming for about 6 weeks, and we've just been playing some CRPGs and having a blast. Doing a little voice acting, doing a little just reading through the dialogue, and they've turned into 100% runs. So I've been having a blast with these games. They're awesome. They are awesome. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, and if you can find it in your hearts to help out a new streamer, please smash that follow button. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it if you would. Okay, let's head into Fleet Master's office. That'll be my only plea, my only sellout plea there. So thank you, and a special thanks to Aboodles for those biddies. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it. Fleet Master Okaya, what's up?
I'm told you were instrumental in our stand against the Druids. Well done.
You have gained 500 copper. Thank you.
The Druids have harried us from the moment we made landfall.
Your people fought admirably.
For a bunch of pencil-twiddling engineers, you mean? Several days ago, I dispatched a small force to quell them, but I've heard nothing of them since. To be frank, I suspect they were killed. And I no longer have enough people to repel another attack. We Rowattians are tougher than most, but we're engineers all the same. We weren't trained to fight. Given your impressive showing in our hour of need, I'd hoped I might impose on you with a request for aid.
Hey, we thanks for the follow. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Okay, go on.
Go to the bog where I sent my people. You'll find the Druids' leaders there, no doubt. Kill them.
Alright. Welcome to the channel, Awi.
Should you do so, the Royal Deadfire Company would stand in your debt, and I would be immensely grateful.
Alright. Travel to Bent Branch Bog.
You were saying? Let's go.
Alright, let's go talk to that other guy up in the engineer's quarters, see if he'll talk to us now that we saved the life of all of his engineers in the workshop here. Let's see if he'll talk to us now. Not sure just what happened there. It's like it queued for a cutscene and then stopped. Alright, let's talk to, what's his name? Hey2.
Stay out of the way.
Nope, still doesn't like us. Rude. What a rude dude.
An old salt swaggers in with a ship's wheel sticking out of his pants.
It's driving him nuts?
New swabby be asking her first mate. Do galleys like this be sinking often?
Usually it's just the ones. Even Ishi knows that one.
Oh, gods, lass, you be no fun at all.
I love their little banters. Okay. I think we can leave this town. Let's see if there's more... Is there any more space on this island to go? Yeah, it just looks like Sayuka here. I can't click anywhere else, so... Cool. I think that's all we gotta do for now. Let's just refill on supplies for our ship. And we're gonna head out by sea. I don't think we can leave by foot, can we? Let's try. Ah. Maybe we can. Explore this island a bit. We totally can. Ah, that's where they wanted us to go, to Ben Branch Bog. Okay, let's go to the burial site first. So this is just a little site that we can, search for items. Physiker's belt. Nice, I almost bought one of those. So I won't read through all that dialogue just because it's redundant, but... Alright. Let's see what's here at the bottom. Some dead bodies. Sorry guys, gotta loot you. Let's go stealthy though. Here we go.
Rise. Protect the god.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Those vines have reaped as many souls as I have. Reckon we ought to skirt their reach.
Can we? Maybe we can run around? Let's try.
Wait, look there.
Bog lurker. Let's get after him. It is 2 levels higher than this, but it's 5e. 5e. Spoiling's almost dead. Got him.
Stand together!
Got him.
Just that's the stuff.
You were saying? Let's go.
Got him. Shh. Alright,
of course.
Loot all this good stuff. Ooh, a loose cat.
Oh, think I can't see you, you sneaky
Twix.
bastard.
We found him. Twix, what do you do? Plus 15 max health and party per kill on kill plus 10 health restored. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think we're gonna stick with Chauncey though. Chauncey's got 5% of incoming hits converted to crazies. Yeah, we're gonna stick with Chauncey for now.
You were saying?
I suppose it can.
Oh, there's a bog Smoked.
Mother.
How many of you are there?
I think the spore confuses us.
Oh, good.
This giant mushroom confuses us.
What do you need? Here we go.
And it can cause your party members
Just like that.
to attack your parties. Big easy targets, but they usually sit at the back of the battlefield and confuse your party, which is really frustrating. Alright, so we got a Sigil of Pain Wardstone. We may need that up ahead. Yeah, give me those dank spores.
Of course.
The dankest spores. Alright, so we've headed up here.
One of my eyes be
This is how
open.
we circumvent the vines. I think we're going the right way. Yep. Grabbing all this loot. Beauty.
Happily.
Yeah, right here is where all the vines are. Right down here. So got us around there. There's a bear cub there.
Wait, look there.
Alright, we're just gonna take these out anyway.
You see that?
I think that's bear cub. I think we can pick it up as a pet. With this vine collar.
Nothing I can do.
And we need some big AoE spell here. What does this do? Blast of Frost? Yeah, I think we can Blast of Frost these guys. But they do have resistance to frost damage. Let's try it. Let's see how many we can hit. Jody, can you get this up, girl?
Lava will be on sick.
Mother.
down. We got another sigil. And we get to loot these. Blood
Indeed.
moss
I can't do it.
and box cap. Beautiful. Alright, let's get this bear cub. Nice. What does that allow us to do? Where is he? There he is. Plus 8 fortitude. That's pretty good. Plus 5% damage with melee attacks. That's really good. I think we're going to put that on. Sorry, Chauncey. Time has expired.
Absolutely.
We've got 3 out of our 5 party members use melee weapons, so we're going to put the bear cub with the melee attacks on. Alright, now we're just investigating the rest of this place. There's probably a boss, Druid of Autumn. Are they just gonna attack
Real
us?
quiet now.
I think because their pickpocketing is an option, there's some dialogue we have to go through first, so I'll come out of stealth. There it is. You found 4 godlike druids waiting for you in the clearing. The death and moon godlike whispers to one another, their gazes occasionally falling on you. The nature godlike sways slightly on her feet, her eyes half closed, while the fire godlike balls his fists at his sides and grits his teeth.
Your every step fouls the ground. Why do you pollute this sacred place?
I've come to end your conflict with the Royal Deadfire Company.
The Rawatayan invaders trespassed upon our sacred ground and ignored our overtures. The fault for this conflict lies not with us.
The flame of summer's hair burns briefly brighter. Autumn gently calms her fiery counterpart.
Why should we believe you are any different?
Autumn's question is a genuine one. She is intent to hear you out. The Royal Deadfire Company will raise this force to the ground. I guess that's all we can do. We can either that or attack, so let's go with that.
An end comes to all things in time, and we do not fear the Rawatayan invaders, nor you.
Alright, I guess we're going for it. These guys may pose a threat, so why don't we summon a few helpers here. There also are just a lot of them, so. Not sure why Maya's having a problem summoning. She's like stuck in this summoning loop. Forget it. Sigil of Pain is killing us here. Damn. I should have used that the ward before we started this one.
I can hold out.
Just
Stand together!
We're good. Not the most graceful battle, but we did it. Okay. And we're looting all the druids. Anything special?
Happily.
Here we go. A bow. Saint Omako's Mercy. I can't look at it for some reason.
At once.
Maya's inventory.
You're quite friendly, aren't you?
Loot the rest of this area. Let's have a look. Maya. Saint Omaku's Mercy. Superb 15 to 21. Unfit for melee. Yep. Superb. Yep. Heavy draw. Minus 10% action speed, plus 5% damage. Increased with survival skill, plus 1 penetration. Galawain's favorite. Restores 10 health to nearby allies on scoring a kill. That's cool. It's a cool bow. I don't think we're going to use it, but very cool bow. Very cool bow.
Certainly.
All right.
Dim in the
so we
lantern.
cleared this area. I'm just going to do a quick save here and take a 30-second bio. I will be right back, guys. 30 seconds. BRB. And we're back. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for waiting. Okay, let's get out of here. I think we can head back to what's it called? This place, Sayuka. Back to Sayuka. We dealt with the druids. Unfortunately, we had to kill them, but hey. You gotta do what you gotta do. Fleet Master's office. Here we go.
No doubt the druids plot their next attack even as we speak.
The druids are dead.
Excellent. You are as dependable as I've been told to expect. Now we can begin logging in earnest. Regarding your reward, we seized a cache of weapons from a gang of pirates we caught sniffing about Sayuka. Of course, we only use regulation weaponry here, so I'd appreciate it if you'd take these off my hands before one of my engineers does something foolish with them.
Ooh, Zepha's empirical explication. It's like a blunderbuss, concussion bomb, grenades, and stun bombs. Nice.
You found me with a rare spare moment.
Great. Thanks. Let's have a look at that weapon. Zepha's empirical explication. So what does this do? This is a blunderbuss, one-handed, so it would be for Seraphin. Exceptional. Reload time's a little slow. Inaccurate. Blunted criticals. Multi-shot. Okay, so it has multi-shot, which is pretty cool. Exceptional, great. Transmogrified shot plus 15% damage as raw. Matter repulsion. Target knocked back on crit. Could be good. Multi-shot. I think his current weapons are better though. I think his current weapons are better. Kitchen stove. Grants wild shot. Although that's only once per rest. But this has multi-shot as well. Multi-shot 4 to 9. Multi-shot 4 to 9. Penetration 8. Penetration 8. Faster reload time. But this does an extra 15% damage as raw. Maybe we'll put this on. Let's put it on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. And there we go. Let's see if the engineer will talk to us now.
Look at that little bear belly.
We just picked up a new pet, a bear cub. There's Adair's into it, I guess. He's pretty dang cute. Let's see if this guy will talk to us yet. Hey, two. Talk to me.
Stay out of the way.
Nope. So rude. So rude. Okay, I think that's all we have to do here. Let's head back to the docks. See you guys. It's been a slice. Let's refill our supplies. Okay, we're good. And head out by sea. Head out by sea. Who dis? Principe Sailor. Okay, so we could head to Crooksburg since we're kind of in this area. Let's do that. Let's do that. Although the Blackrock Shrine is 2 skulls higher than us. Maybe we'll head to Tikawara. We've had this quest for a long time. Let's go to Tikawara first. Known locations. Let's go to Tikawara first. Oh. You've barely cleared Sayuka Harbor when a sleek half galley appears off of your port bow. It rides high in the water and fast. It keeps its distance as it approaches land. Seraphin watches the ship's passage from the bulwark, expression grim. When the ship turns to pursue you, you recognize it as Malnage's vessel, the Misery's Delight. Its cannons don't seem primed, and it aims to come alongside rather than set up for a broadside run. Looks like the High Queen Sea Devil be wanting words, Cap. Not sure if that be good or ill, but at least it'll mean she ain't on Sayuka. Seraphin's ears angle slightly back, and he massages the bridge of his nose. As the Misery's Delight comes alongside, Malnage stands on the railing, one gray-furred hand wrapped tight about a thick hemp line. She bows low, doffing her hat, and then tosses it to one of her deck blankets. Alright, let's see what happens here.
Funny seeing you here, Captain. Especially since we've tracked Romaro to this very rock. Ain't trying to steal the bounty, are ya?
I killed Romaro. Romaro's long gone. Let it go. Malnage cants her gray-furred head at you, hands at her hips and near her weapons. Romaro's long gone. Let it go.
Funny. I'd have thought a watcher would have had better instincts than siding with a known traitor.
She shakes her head in an approximation of sadness, but doesn't bother hiding her grin.
Fuck it. We'll deal with you first, then go have a little chatsy with Romaro. No quarter, lads and lasses!
Alright, weapons slide free of holsters and sheaths as Malnage's crew attacks. Alright, you brought this on yourself. You brought this on yourself. We're gonna do a little... oh, we already used our summons. Let's see if, Maya can summon. Oh, see, it's getting stuck. It's getting stuck. Maybe is it too far? Let's try it like right here.
I think it's beyond me.
Did it work? It did not work. Oh well. Okay. Let's use our smoke cloud. No, first we're gonna go shadowing beyond. I want to get behind them. We're going to hit Malnage with a sneak attack, and then we're going to use smoke cloud.
That's me. I'll be more than I
one shot there.
I think it's beyond me.
Let's finish her off. You're in the stakes. Oh yeah. She gone. She gone. Principe hat. I think that was a sigil. Okay.
At once. What can I do?
Constantin is stuck. Well, that ends that.
Wonder what Pa's up to.
That ends that. I didn't realize you could jump like that. That's sweet. Nice. I have to remember that for next time. Okay. Well, we took care of her. Guess we'll head back to the ship. Can we loot her ship or keep her ship? That would be pretty cool. Or does it just disappear? I guess it just disappears. Alright. Well, we're headed out to Tikawara. Seraphin has nothing to say about that. Oh, working with injury. Let's check our crew members here. Yep. So we're gonna swap out our cook. Who else do we have that's a cook? Oh, and our navigator. There we go. Let them heal up. I don't want them working with injury. Have we been here? Forgotten Catacombs? Yeah, we named it Stove Up after one of our followers. That's how we know we've been there. Alright. Toile Islands. We've not been here yet. You're on the deck of your ship when your crew turns their attention towards you. Alright, another crew event. Let's see what happens here. You stand astride the stern castle, say that 3 times fast, gazing across the deck of the Defiant, and out of the sea beyond with Shield's sister Dahlia approaches. There's a problem, Captain. Oswald's been helping themselves to extra rations of grog on account of their injuries. Okay, we've done this before, so I'm just going to blast through. Let's go deal with this. Publicly chastise Oswald and sneak in the crowd. We'll try this one this time. You have Oswald hauled on deck, making it clear that he'll have no more grog, and if you catch him filching again, he'll skip straight past lashes to keel hauling. By the time you finish, Oswald quakes in terror, and most of the rest of the crew has paled too. Later, you sneak Oswald a flask, warning him to keep the show of generosity quiet, lest he be forced to make an example of him. -4 morale. A couple of grumble complaints, the lack of maritime justice. Most of your crew seem content with your decision, and the tension melts away over the next few days. Okay. No big deal. We'll head to Tikawara. Oh, a little ruined tower here. Let's grab this first. Search the location. Cave Coral. Scoria. That's it. Alright, now we'll head up to... Let's click here. Assuming it takes the best path. Alright. Tikawara. Okay. Quick save. Alright, let's go.
What can I do?
A ship! I am saved!
Vector, what's up? The dwarf fans himself with a dish rag. His face is dark and shiny with exertion. Sweat colors wide crescents on his shirt. He looks at you like a drowning man would look at dry land.
Weeks I've been stranded here. The Valiant Trading Company sends no one. Unless...
He squints at you, dabbing his brow feverishly with the corner of the rag. Stranded? This is a settled island. They hired me to find an expedition. I take it that means you?
Perfetto. You come not a moment too soon.
Well done. With an anxious swallow, he glances over his shoulder at a sleepy, ramshackle village. His gaze darts from one grass-thatched hut to another, as if expecting some unspeakable horror to emerge. Follow his gaze, see what he's looking at. He isn't fixating on anything in particular, but his eyes widen with unease whenever one of the island and Mao draw near. He flinches and clears his throat.
Governor Alvari would have told you that we were searching for Luminous Adra in Pococohara. I worry that Ruano, the local chieftain, gave Captain Bez and my crewmates a false lead.
He knots the rag in his hands, pulling it taut.
Or didn't know the way himself and was just trying to impress the outsider.
Maya winks down at Ashiza.
Ugh, this is a terrible place.
He frowns up at Maya. Go on.
The captain was meant to return. We swim in hostile waters, Huck. Ruano was the last to speak with the captain before she set sail. He squats in the hut northeast of that pitiful market.
He nods towards the gutted hull of a ship.
I would have joined her, but my stomach... something did not agree. Now it is weeks since they should have returned. I'm only the galley cook, not a search party.
He nurses his stomach and winces.
I'd say he's one clove short of a bulb.
A cozy for my staring. It is unusual to see one of the locals so outfitted.
He glances up and down at Maya, mostly up.
More unusual than a dwarf with no sense of direction?
I'll keep an eye out. Maybe they found something interesting. I imagine the company will pay a bounty for word of the expedition. Here's hoping your crew makes it back. I'll keep my eye out.
Agrasima, this is hope to my ears.
He sighs and bows stiffly.
Payment is assumed with the company. They are quick to buy what they do not have.
He nods, the first signs of relief showing in his red-rimmed eyes. What has you so on edge?
When we landed on Tikawara, the chieftain gave us a welcome treat for the dukes. We feasted, danced, drank, and slept, only so we could feast, dance, and drink more.
The ghost of a smile flits across his face. Let's use our insight here. You were awfully busy for a man claiming to be ill.
Per complancnet, music and ale are medicine for the soul.
He pats a hand over his heart and gives you a sheepish look.
Even so, they did nothing to soften Anaharu. He said we had come to rob and plunder. He and Nairi turned the villagers against us.
He wipes a fresh rivulet of sweat from his temple.
After that, we slept on the boat and took turns watching the shore. Except for me. I had to rest and recover, of course.
He coughs.
But in the early hours, our lookout saw Ruano and Anaharu disappear together.
Go on.
No one from the village approached us all day. And by the afternoon, only Ruano returned. Now no one here will even talk of Anaharu. Suspicious, no?
Perspiration gleams on his forehead.
Our captain was eager to leave before the winds changed again.
You mentioned Nairi?
The priestess. She imagines me in the jaws of our fish goddess. I know it.
He fans himself even more rapidly.
She lurks in the shrine next to that awful statue. I cannot stand her wicked looks, but if she does not scare you, then maybe you talk to her.
Okay, I need supplies.
The captain left all but the essentials with me. I have sustained myself trading with the villagers. Ekosi, but I'm almost out of ale.
He gives you a weak smile and shows off his wares. What you got? Grimoire of Disruption. Ooh. This is actually pretty good. I'm gonna take that. Akina's Tricorn. Plus 5 ranged accuracy, minus 10 reload time. Let's check out, compare Gal with Piercing Gaze, Wodika's Wisdom, plus 1 Perception, Religion, Insight. Yeah, we're gonna grab this for Maya. Cool. Cool. Great.
I must watch the supplies at the trading post. You will come to check on me, yes?
Yes. Excellent. Alright, so let's put that hat on Maya. take off this one. Perception, religion, and insight. Let's give that to Chody. Yeah. Nice, because she didn't have anything on her head. Actually, neither does Seraphin. We can give him this one. We can give him that. Sure. Look at that, eh? There's something. There's something. Alright, so we got 3 pirate hats on now. We're looking like a pirate crew at this point. Great, great, great. I'm just gonna quickly look here. Make sure everyone has a belt on. Okay. And then this grimoire, we're gonna give to Footman. I think we might give this grimoire to him. Let's see how that goes. It's not the most expensive grimoire, but it's got some spells that are more in line with what we want to use, so I think that's what we're
You're quite friendly, aren't you?
Curse of Pain is still on, too. Let's use that sigil we found to get rid of this curse. There it is. There it is. Get everyone together.
Absolutely.
And then use the sigil. Boom. Great. Alright. So, let's check out the trading post.
Oh, filthy lizards. Even here, I always smell them.
The woman stands outside the half-finished building, arms crossed, as if in protest of any shelter it might offer. She looks like she's scowling, but the scars on her face make it hard to tell.
An outsider in Tiquara? Who are you, stranger?
Her hand strays toward a hide belt cinched tightly about her waist. I'm Footman, captain of the Defiant.
A captain?
See.
If you had sailed downwind of the island, you would have moved on, I say. I tell Ranga Ruano that the stench of Tikawara will drive away friend and outsider alike. Do you smell it?
My friends here promised they'd bathe before we left port, ... What are you talking about?
I speak of the Lagufath.
Everyone's so racist in this game. It's a very strong theme.
There is no food on this barren island that those monsters do not steal.
Her scars are like seams, tucking her face into a scowl.
Yeah, but how could you say no to those little faces?
Always they circle our village looking for weaknesses.
She shakes her finger, making an argument she seems to have made many times before.
I push the cage with the young ones farther toward the beach, but I smell them even here.
Do you plan on doing something about these pests? Young vermin are a delicacy in some of our tribes. It's no wonder they come here when the beach smells like Lagerford hatchery. We can use our living lands. Let's use that. That's our background.
Akira, we've considered many alternatives to Koiki.
Humyohi grins at the prospect.
A week ago, I tracked the fish to Hoina Ravine, so I challenged the Mataru to a hunting competition. My mother's belt for the brood mother's head.
All right.
It is not every day that newcomers land on our beaches. What say you show me how outsiders deal with Lagufath?
A little competition sounds like fun.
Understand they are animals. You must rely on blades, I say, not words. Hunting tales of our ancestors say the brood will scatter when their fish Ranga is killed. No need to chase the children if you cut the head from the mother.
She makes a sweeping motion across her neck. What are you doing with the shipwreck?
The Ranga wanted a trading post.
She glowers at the strange building, which appears to be part scaffolding and part shipwreck.
He said it will bring more Valians like the sweaty dwarf. Then they will bring food and supplies and their sweaty money.
A shiver of disgust ripples across her face. What's wrong with that?
Always I stand here. This is no job for the Mataru. We hunt, fight, and lead.
She paces next to the trading post, restless energy practically quivering through her arms and legs. You look like you're supervising.
Someone must.
She stops and frowns. So why aren't you hunting and fighting?
What is there to hunt on this heap of rock and moss? No game, only Lagofath skulking in Hoina Ravine. Even the antelope know there is no fit home. The grasses are thin and the trees are like a child's bones, small and soft. Even to build this, we must hike up the mountain for wood.
She raps the side of the trading post with her knuckles. Okay. Can I buy some supplies?
Am I a Kuaru? Do I dirty my fingers with coins 1,000 hands have touched? Never.
She spits.
Go see the sweaty one, the dwarf. He washes his hands sometimes.
Okay, I need a place to rest.
You will never meet a more welcoming tribe.
She thrusts her face inches from yours and glares at you as if daring you to disagree.
See? The villagers brawl for the honor of your visit.
There we go. Okay. So she doesn't sell anything. She will let us rest, which I don't think we need right now. So,
Yes?
Vector the dwarf. We've already talked to him. Let's see if we have any new dialogue options now that he's over here.
No sign of my shipmates on the horizon.
Okay, nothing yet.
I'd be glad to.
Nothing yet. Let's have a look over here. Some Paru workers. Okay, let's go check out this cage. Random cage. Just gonna see if we see anything. Ha! See, check every corner.
Of course.
We found Miri, the abandoned cat. Oh, we got a Jade Tiger figurine somewhere too. What the heck? We can summon Elder Tigers. That's sweet. Alright, I think we're gonna replace that old obsidian lamp who's got no uses left. With that, where's that cat? Where's that cat? That kitty cat. Mary. Where are you, Mary? I must have accidentally scrolled over Mary already. There's so many cats, guys. There he is. +1 intellect. 10% of incoming crits converted to hits from weapons. Not bad.
Yes?
I don't think we'll use it, but...
What have we here?
A dried koiki fruit. Check every corner. Alright, now let's go check out this cage. Oh, they have Legofaith hatchlings. Okay, pick
Quit
your
your chirping. I have no fish for you. Full tides.
The fisherman lowers his head in greeting and wipes his hands in his sarong, which is modeled with fish guts. He doesn't meet your gaze. Why are those Legofaith caged?
Himwihi and the other Mataru found them when they explored the island.
He looks at the creatures with mingled trepidation and disgust. They bare their teeth in response, flies buzzing around their clouded, gunky eyes and the dull patches on their scales.
Said maybe we train them to build. And if the soil and sea are misers here, then we eat them.
He shrugs, scratching at his uncurved belly. Adair's hand begins to drift slowly toward his weapon. He blinks at your companion impassively, glancing toward the sea with an air of mild impatience. What can you tell me about Tikawara?
The high tide is stingy with fish, and the low tide even more so.
He points down the beach to a lonely rack strung with a few scrawny fish. Okay.
Yes?
We could let them out, but I don't see a reason why. I think we
Certainly.
We'd bring about the wrath of the entire tribe if we did that. No reason to meddle. A present's a gift. So hospitable. So hospitable.
Step back, all of you.
Okay. What's going on here? The broad-shouldered Amau at the center of the huddle takes a cautious step back. His gaze never breaks from the tribesmen who have him surrounded, and his hands never stray far from his weapons.
You've all got the wrong idea. I'm waiting for a shipment of sailcloth from the homeland. Is that going to be a problem?
His expression turns stony as the implied threat crosses his lips.
Then what say you about this? Coded gibberish, or I'm an Orlin.
Someone from the crowd tosses a sheaf of paper to the ground by Harama's feet. The assembled tribesman mutters their assent.
Damn it. He's about 2 seconds away from starting a brawl. I've got to step in.
I'll follow your lead. She clears her throat loud enough to turn heads in the direction of your party.
1 against a mob isn't exactly even. Ever heard of a fair fight?
Maya cracks her knuckles and rolls her shoulders.
Ha! Company warships blow our canoes to splinters, and you call us unfair? You foreign imps are all the same.
Turning to you and Maya, Harama gives away no recognition other than a flicker of gratitude. What seems to be the problem here?
As surely as sharks circle spilled blood, this one has been casting an unwelcome shadow on our village.
One of the villagers steps forward and gestures to Harama.
We found coded documents in his quarters, and he defended himself with lies. Outsider spy.
Mutters of assent rise in volume from the assembled villagers. Insight, what makes you think it's anything nefarious?
Because Rauatai hungers after these isles, like a tiger lurking in the tall grass and whetting its chops.
If you townies are dumb enough to go blundering into an alpha predator, you deserve what's coming to you.
Maya squares her stance and shakes her head.
Who are you to speak in his defense? And who is your traitor friend who postures like she is not one of us?
Jeers and rude gestures fill the air, many of them aimed at Maya. I'm the one who's going to bring the wrath of Berth down on your heads. Maya, care to elaborate? I've done good by your people, if you would but remember my face. Let's do that. Whispers spread among the group as the fighters struggle to recall from where they recognize your features. You hear the muted ripple of agreement smother their suspicion.
Harama, we will have eyes on you. Cause no trouble.
There we go. The leader of the gang points from his eyes to Harama's and then signals to the rest to depart. Nailed it. Nailed it.
I owe you thanks for that, stranger.
The big Rauataian stands at ease and looks you up and down, nodding with approval.
Now here is a welcome sight.
He turns to face Maya, and a smile brightens his features.
Is that little Ashiza? Hop over here, you old terror.
Harama opens his arms, and Maya's bird darts enthusiastically closer, pecking at Harama's shins.
Ishi town. You don't know where he's been.
Maya arches her brow, smiling in spite of herself. Do you want to get an introduction?
Captain, this is Harama. We were shipmates on the Flying Buttress.
She nods to him, their eye contact lingering an extra moment.
That's a word for it. You could also say we were...
loyal servants of the homeland. That's enough out of you.
Maya touches her brow and shakes her head, hiding the hint of a smile.
Afraid this isn't a social visit. This comes from up high.
She passes him a roll of parchment. His demeanor hardens the moment he unseals the missive. Worming his tongue over his teeth, Harama lifts up a parchment to view it against the light source. You have lost an item, sealed Royal Deadfire Company missive.
Etsura's up to his tricks again, I see. Thank you, Maya. I've been waiting for this.
Insight, that sounds malicious.
Maya, why is he asking?
Harama squints at you, hesitating to say no more. Hesitating to say more.
Captain, later. I promise we can discuss it later.
Always with the later. Always with the later.
I guess we're done here. It's been, well, sort of like old times. In a good way.
Maya grins, planting her hands on her hips.
Especially seeing you coming and going again. When the dust settles, maybe we could...
He trails off, shifting his weight. Maya rubs the back of her head, her gaze wandering over to you. His eyes widen with surprise and he grins, offering a congratulatory nod to you both.
Say no more. Good luck in your travels and other adventures. Ashiza, you keep your feathers clean.
He salutes Maya and steps back with a wink.
I need to check in with Atsura. Mind if we take a detour to the Brass Citadel?
Maya raises her brow. Reporting in on your mission, I take it?
Something like that. Atsura probably wants to make sure I'm not wasting too many resources on his little errand. Nothing to worry about.
Maya shrugs, gesturing to be off. Alright, so that's both missives. Hey, Electrical Skateboards hosting. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for checking out the stream. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back. I'll give you my little spiel. I'm Cam, aka Humble Footman. I am a new streamer. I've been going at it for about 6 weeks. And yeah, we just got affiliate about 3 days ago, so thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the stream, and if you do, please smash that follow button. It would really help out a new streamer. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So, we just, let's head into this Kawara hut. Let's head into this hut. Check this out. Check this out. Wrongy. This Animale man seems lost in thought. His clothes are neat and clean, but he's tugging on the fringe of his sash, which he's worried into a long loose thread. He looks up at you, his bleary eyes suddenly sharp and alert.
What say? You are new to Tikawara?
He nods, looking you up and down. Care to explain this koiki fruit? I found it on the beach. He blinks at you, his mouth falling open. At first, it seems like he's going to protest, but then he simply hangs his head in surrender.
Mokumu accused Tamau of stealing koiki fruit. The fruit which I stole. Ruanu would have us waste our last koiki on a ceremony to the gods. I say the seeds must be harvested and planted.
He nods, resolute on this point even as he eases back.
So I hide them by the shore, where the sun warms the sand just so. And I wait.
Let's use our alchemy here. Storing fruit in a moderate heat source, not a bad way to ease the seeds open.
Ikira, do you cultivate?
His eyes swell open with hope. We do cultivate.
Koiki is tough, stubborn. It does not surrender without a fight. I let Amira's hot breath warm the heart of the seeds and tell them to grow.
So why frame Tamau? Why not explain it to the chieftain?
Ruanu would not understand. A Kuwaru like me is no farmer. It is not my place to decide what is harvested. But if I can spring life from the koiki seeds, then we have a chance to feed the tribe on a new crop. At least, what tribe still lives by the time the fruit grows?
He glances away and sighs. Tamau is an innocent man after all. So it's just a question of what I tell Mokumu.
What say? He has stolen, insulted us, even hurled insults at the gods.
Rongi spits and wipes his mouth with the back of his hand.
He is no innocent, I say. If birthing a new crop of koiki means his sacrifice, even Ngati would forgive this.
So it's just a question of what I tell Mokumu.
Ikira, but say nothing.
Rongi takes a step closer, his eyes widening.
If Ruana takes back the koiki, we will grow nothing else in time to sustain the tribe.
He bows his head, speaking to the ground between his feet. I agree with him, but I don't think he's going about the right way. I will consider it.
I beg of you, for the good of the tribe, let Tumau meet the gods that the rest of us might eat again.
Okay. Alright, well, we got that piece of information. We got that piece of information.
Ishi keeps hopping in your direction, Firefly. What you been feeding him?
No more than a handful, or few, of merkberries. I swear.
You probably have some questions about what we've been doing.
Maya sighs, nodding.
We found Harama in quite a state, didn't we? It's no wonder you'd be curious about what's going on.
Indeed.
Harama is a sociable type of guy. Getting to know people is as easy to him as breathing is to you or me. Atsura set him loose so he can get to know as many people as possible.
Insight, he's a spy.
That's one way you could put it. He's keeping an eye on Tikawara. Who comes and goes, what sorts of things they discuss. Atsura is committed to a more peaceful Deadfire. But he's just one man. He needs good people to shoulder the burden with him.
So Harama's just eyes and ears. What's to stop me from telling Onikaza and Aruhi about this? That mob said he had coded missives. Was that true? Let's go with that one.
Maybe. Probably.
Maya shrugs.
Let's just say we're not the first people to deliver Harama a missive that looked like one thing and read like another.
What have we been delivering, Maya?
Truthfully, I don't know. They looked like ordinary documents to me, but I'm sure that's how Atsura wanted it. Atsura has a new code for every hour of the day. He probably has cipher keys tattooed all over his body.
Alright, so Harama's just eyes and ears? Question?
Only Atsura knows for sure. Harama might not even have all the facts. I certainly don't.
What's to stop me from telling Onikaza and Aruhi about this?
Don't be dense. They're smart enough to assume that Rawatai has spies. And if they're really smart, they're spying on us too. Though I doubt it.
Alright, that's all for now.
For what it's worth, you're doing a great thing for the Deadfire. You'll see that someday.
Alright, I hope so. Let's be off. Okay. So...
To meet my kin? Now, wouldn't that be a tribulation?
I know I'd make the journey for less than a few merkberries.
Absolutely. Let's head up to the Chieftain's Lodge. Who's this? Tiana. A seasoned Huana woman rests her elbow on the drum like it's the only thing keeping her upright. She pats the hide skin, the percussion no more effortful than a sigh. She opens her eyes as you approach. What do you do here? Tipping her head to the side, her mouth curves up in a cautious smile. She touches her brow with 2 fingers, then she gives the drum a pair of playful taps. That may have been an introduction. Don't you speak? A deep wrinkled scar traces a winding path down her neck. She tilts her head to the side and beckons you to look closer. Survival. The angle and shape look like the mark of a boar's tusks. She raises one finger and points down to a dried hoof knotted to her belt. Then she makes a gesture of pulling back and releasing a bowstring several times in rapid succession. Grinning, she snaps her fingers and leans once more against the drum with a satisfied sigh.
I admit it. I like this one.
She rolls her eyes at Maya and shoos her away. Tap on the surface of the drum. You play a short, hesitant beat. She bites the inside of her cheek and considers before drumming a quick response with her knuckles. Then she beats harder, faster rhythm, and steps back, grinning at you. Play something together. She places a hand on her hip, skeptical as you start to build up a rhythm. Eventually, she bobs her head and smiles a little wider. She eases in closer, your shoulders touching, and beats on the drum fast enough to build tempo without outpacing you. Her rhythm response changes the tune, introducing complexity while keeping the spirit of the original alive. She closes her eyes and sways in place. The flow of her movements make the beat look effortless, but her arms are a constant blur. In the village below, heads begin to bob. Furrowed brows momentarily relax. Finally, she breaks the rhythm and steps back, shaking out her arms and sucking in deep breaths. She tips her head to you, gratitude and recognition mingling with her exhaustion.
Get a room, you two.
Farewell. Okay. I'm not sure what that did, but I don't think Maya liked it.
You were saying?
I don't think Maya liked it.
Give me the order.
Let's explore.
Ishi. Quiet time.
Quiet time. Okay. Let's head to the Chieftain's Lodge. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. That's from Electrical Skateboards channel. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Hope you like the stream. Hope you like the stream. If you do, please smash that follow button. Really appreciate it. It would help a new streamer out.
Welcome to Tikawara.
Alright, let's talk to Renko Rano. Animale huddles in close conversation with the warriors next to him. He whispers in a low, stern voice. No sooner do you catch his eye than he grins wide enough to stretch every muscle in his face.
Greetings, friend. Always an honor to receive guests.
He inclines his head and touches his brow. Footman, captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say.
Indeed.
Pococahara is restless. Even from afar, the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to calmer shores.
He raises his hand to gesture to the east. His hand falls limply to his side. What is Pococahara?
An island not touched since the days of our ancestors.
We have a quest to go there as well.
The Valians went to Pococahara for luminous Ardra, but their expedition does not return. As the storms grow wild, Tikawara dies around us. No traveler will land here if they are forced to eat their belts, I say.
He absently presses his knuckles, worrying the blood from his fingers. I have some history with old places that cause storms. I'll take a look. His eyes widen a little. The smile that creases his face seems for a moment genuine.
Here, this was a token passed down from the Rankas, said to come from Pococahara in brighter days.
He passes you a heavy length of copper shaped in a spiral. You have gained Copper Mazuma Shell Key. Nice. This looks like a shell key. A seashell.
The Muzuma snail, a foul thing, yes? They eat for the dead faster than Tangaloa, I say. It is nothing the Kawaru would craft. The ancestors and their hobbies.
He shrugs, smiling.
If you need aid, Himarihi's warriors need only someone to bark commands and they will go.
He raises his fingers to his brow once more. Okay, great. We're gonna find supplies.
The Valians left many crates with the dwarf. He hoards them by the beach.
Annoyance flickers across his face, but it's gone as quickly as a ripple on the water.
But we never refuse a guest. If you need sleep, Himuihi will show you all the villages contending for the honor of your visit. And if you need strong Mutaru warriors to fight at your side, then Himuihi can help you with this also. She guards the trading post.
Wonderful. Tell me about your tribe.
Our village here is young still, but we will grow when the Valians come. That is for what we build many houses now, even a trading post.
He beams with pride.
We make Tikawara pleasing to the Valians. Then when they come for Pococahara, they build their harbor here. They must.
You don't seem to mind the Valian influence here.
Some tribes push foreigners away, but it is good to have powerful friends.
A frown briefly clouds his expression.
We got plenty of those. Ours are holding our lives ransom and playing us against their enemies.
If the Valians come, they will build an outpost here in Tikawara.
His gaze unfocuses like he's convincing himself of every word.
And then we will have more to trade with outsiders than just Rongi's mats. With coin comes protection, friendship.
He nods vigorously.
A favorable arrangement for both sides, I say.
Are you always this friendly?
You sure you want to question that? We never get nice ones like this.
I say that in Tikawara there is always a spot around the fire and...
A gurgle reverberates from the stomach of the guard standing next to Ruanu. He grimaces and places his hands over his belly as if to muffle the sound. The Renga shoots him a withering glare.
And a Koiki in every hand.
When he turns back to you, he's all wide smiles and pleasantries again. Back to my previous questions.
Speak on, friend.
Farewell. Never mind. Never mind.
I don't be supposing we could, blood swapped and spark.
Away from there, outsider.
What for, Cap? Aye, aye.
We will not go in there. Let's see if Maya can stealth her way in there. Yep.
Ishi, quiet time.
So it's unlocked. My stealth is pretty good. Let's see if she can waltz her way over there. Yep. I'll take that. And how about over here too? Sure.
Give me the order.
Her stealth is so high. It's awesome. Okay. Let's continue to explore the rest of this island. So we can go talk to, what's her name at the trading post. We haven't been up here yet though to the shrine. So let's go here and then we'll go back to the trading post.
Indeed.
Let's check out the shrine. Nairi.
Amir's winds blow bitter today. outsider.
This woman is young, but her serious manner makes her look much older. Her nose and ears are pierced in several places, and her mouth is twisted in a scowl.
More outlanders. Are your masters so desperate that they send you to plunder a starving village?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Footman, Captain of the Defiant.
For what do you say this? To impress me? You are no different from the last ones who came through.
She shakes her head, scowling.
Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper packs as well as blades. But they conquer us all the same.
She squares her stance and grimaces. I'm only looking for Poko Kohara. I'm just seeking a lost Valiant expedition. I'm not here to conquer anyone. So learn to fight or read the fine print. Either will do. Are you done with the baseless accusations? Let's see here. I'm not here to conquer anyone.
Akira. That is what the last bunch said.
She crosses her arms and glares.
Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Poko Kahara for Adra riches. I warned the Valians about Poko Kahara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl? Now I remain. They are gone. Taken by the curse.
What curse?
Those who make for Poko Kahara are devoured by Nagati, the trickster of the seas.
Her hand strays to a coral crescent at her neck. It's pitted with age, and it looks older than her.
Forgive me for saying, but I ain't afraid of your goddess. I got a divine purpose, and so blessed protection from my god.
How comforted these outsiders must feel when they lie to themselves as well. Dark clouds surround Poko Kahara, and in my dreams, they swallow us all.
She looks at the statue next to her, her eyes bright with intensity. Insight, it's a good speech, and it sounds like one she's rehearsed a little too carefully. We can use our intellect. If the island is cursed, whoever lived to tell of it? Let's do that. She sighs deeply, her bony shoulders rising like a vulture's wings.
We tell these stories not because they happen just so. We tell them for what they mean. Our Rangosphere makes him too trusting. He believes the Valiant traders will protect us if they settle here and mine Poko Kahara.
She closes her eyes and shakes her head.
So the villagers pour their sweat into the sand, building a trading post on a barren island.
What do you think will happen?
If more Valiants come? Akira, the same thing that has happened with every other foreigner.
She waves a gangly arm in the air.
They will kill us, rob us, enslave us. And we will be too busy building their halls and sweeping their docks to fight.
She bites her lip in a bitter frown.
Not sure if you and me be sharing the same definition of slavery, lass. But I don't think you'd be getting the particulars wrong.
He scratches behind his ear.
The pirate knows nothing of this, I say.
She leans over Seraphin and clenches her fists at her sides.
You are known as a friend to the Huana. If you did not win our favor to simply profit from us, then prove it now. If you go to Poko Kahara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe.
Her brow raises sharply as she studies your reaction.
Sometimes the ends justify the means.
She nods.
Akira, your friend sees the shape of things. When the Udra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores.
How do you expect me to destroy Luminous Adra, knock over an Adra pillar? I do enjoy the challenge. I doubt my friends in the trading company would appreciate that. Druid Fury? No, I won't consider it. How do you expect me to destroy Luminous Adra?
If I knew, then I would go myself. Anything that is built can surely be destroyed, Akira. And the storms are proof of powerful magic at work. Dispel this magic, banish it, whatever needs doing.
I will consider it.
I hope so. And we did not speak of this, Akira?
She nods, but her eyes are still narrowed in caution. Okay, new topic. I hear that Anaharu also had problems with outsiders. You don't seem to think much of Rainu's leadership. Are you the priestess of this tribe? Let's just start at the top. She winces as you speak the name. One hand strays to the coral crescent pendant. She forces it back down, pinning her hand beneath the folded arms.
Anaharu was the tribe's priest before me. And he was my father. Before he challenged Ruanu to a trial of waves.
She sighs and takes hold of the pendant, gripping it in a tight fist.
But he was cast off. We are forbidden to speak of him.
Tell me about the Trial of Waves.
When there is an argument between leaders that cannot be answered, we turn to Nagati. 2 challengers risk violent currents, beasts from the deep, and waves that would dash them against the rocks. The winner, if there is one, has Nagati's favor. The loser, living or dead, is forgotten by Nagati and the tribe.
Her gaze turns downcast. Why did Enahuru challenge Ranu on a Trial of Waves?
My father knew the traders are as dangerous as pirates and slavers, perhaps more, because they grow strong in Neketaka. So, when the expedition came, he begged Ruanu to send them away and move the tribe to another island.
Her knobby knuckles pale as she squeezes the pendant.
Ruanu, he did not listen, and Anaharu was done talking.
What does it mean to be cast off?
It means the tribe must forget him. The Ranga divided his possessions among the other Mataru, and now we do not speak of him.
She swallows, still looking away. I see.
Anaharu goes to his next life, but forgotten, he goes to a different tribe.
She hangs her head. You don't seem to think much of Ranu's leadership.
He is our Ranga. My own great aunt looked into his soul and declared him such.
Even as she says this, she hesitates, one hand clenching in a fist at her side. A lot of fist clenching going on.
I must respect him, even as he builds a village for our enemies.
Have you tried reasoning with him?
Akira, I have, and so did
She breaks off, looking down and frowning.
Anaharu. I must learn to stop saying his name.
Are you the priestess of this tribe? She nods, one finger brushing the crescent pendant at her neck.
We worship the same gods as the foreigners, but sometimes with different names. This is Nagati, the trickster of the seas.
She points to the wooden statue. It's as smooth as an old piece of driftwood, and the sun-bleached and water-stained patches suggest years of travel from one village to the next.
You worship Gon same as I do, at least in Neketaka. But I'll admit I've never called Andra Ngati.
Foreigners know her as Andra. To us, there is no difference.
Okay, farewell.
You were saying?
Got some hot tips there. She wants us to destroy Pokokohara. I don't know if we're gonna do that. Well, I think that just about takes care of this place. Let's head back to the trading post. I'm just gonna look up here real quick. Where does this take us? So this just takes us off out of the town. Alright, let's head back to the trading post and see about acquiring some warriors to help us with the Lego Faith.
For what do you linger here? The village is much too quiet.
Oh, Dalai Lama. Hello. Welcome, welcome. I'd like to hire some help for my adventures. How's it going today, dude?
At last, a job worthy of Mataru. Choose from the finest hunters and warriors.
Alright. Whoa, we can get a level 12. I don't actually need to hire adventurers. Good, just got back from watering beans. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna do much. Do you know how long they're gone? When did they get back? I was thinking about just going out and buying him a sprinkler. And then setting it up at his place to water the lawn. I think it's tomorrow. Okay, good. If they get back tomorrow, then that should be fine. That should be fine. Okay, let's check in with Vector.
No sign of my ship.
Okay, nothing there. So there's some things we gotta do on the coast here. Sprinkler would help, yeah.
Your orders? You were saying?
We were there over an hour watering his lawn. I gave it like a really good soak last night, so hopefully it's looking better today. I should hold it till tomorrow between you and me. I think that'll hold it. hold it over till tomorrow. Alright, so let's head up and explore a little bit more of this island. I hope so. I remember him saying there last Sunday. Yeah, it was looking a little crispy yesterday, but if you look at the section next to the fence, it was more shaded, and that was looking really healthy. So I think it just needs some shade. Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be okay. Did you notice his sub pump was going off like crazy? Like every 5 minutes, I heard it pumping water. So hopefully their basement didn't flood. I texted him about it. He didn't seem too worried. The scent comes upon you gradually as you travel. It smells of the kitchens of Cadnua, of honey, cinnamon, and fresh bread, of meals shared with those now absent. Nice. Off the path, you catch a glimmer of movement. Something large and bulbous stirs beyond the trees. Let's sneak closer to observe. Success. Near the center of a nearby clearing stands a Delimgan tending to a large spore. The Delimgan seems formed of the living tropics, with vibrant flowers cresting her head. Her shape suggests that of an elf, replete with pointed ears. Examine the spore. We'll examine. We'll use Maya. Well, yeah, he needs to fix that. Yeah, for sure. The bulbous fungus towers taller than an Animale. Its fleshy fronds hanging over its bulging stalk. A miasma of yellow dust hugs around it, gently stirring in the light breeze. A dank spore. You can barely make out the recumbent form of some unfortunate kith tangled in its roots. The essence the spore sucks from its victim glimmering along its length. If it notices you, it will likely attack, and inhaling the spores clouding around it can confuse your senses. Let's ambush and attack. Let's see if we can get this guy out of there. You creep forward, drawing your weapon. Success. Success.
Shadow comes to muddy the light.
Alright. Spoiling. So let's send Footman in up against this Delim. Oh. Maybe we'll hit the Sporling instead.
Just like that.
Oh, big miss. Big miss. Alright, we'll send the rest of the party in, and then we're gonna get Footman to Shadowing Beyond back here at the Dank Spore. So then he goes invisible, and see if we can get a big crit off on this Dank Spore. Oh, looks like he's tanking the whole slew. So we did some damage, but I think we're gonna have to get out of here. Let's use a smoke cloud and see if we can disorient them all as we do that.
That's for my friend.
Boom. Let's wait a second as they all dissipate.
Stand together!
We'll just have them fight.
Just like
Another attack, Cap.
He's doing good. I think we got the rest of this fight. Just let it auto.
Well then.
See you last me.
Still got it.
Lava, be on sick.
Well, easy peasy, wet and sleazy. Oh, 2 of our guys went down? I don't know what happened there. Not sure what happened there. Spore-coated grimoire, eh? Cool. We'll give that to Footman. Anything else can go
What can I do?
in the pack. Alright, let's loot this area. And we'll rest up to get rid of our injuries. Rest up to get rid of our injuries. Just checking for stuff. Okay. Sigil of Pain. Yep, that's good. Rest up. Okay, guys. Well, We're coming up on 4 hours now. I think that's where we're going to call it today. I think that's where we're going to call it. So we'll do a little save ski. And yeah, I just really appreciate everybody that hung out today. And special shout out to all the new followers. And Aboodles for the 25 bits. Thanks again for those bits, man. Taking that #1 spot. The only donation, but the best donation. So thank you again so much for that. I'm just going to run some credits here at the end. But yeah, thanks again for stopping by. On your way out, if you wouldn't mind smashing that follow button, I'd really appreciate it. But thanks again, guys. And I will see you tomorrow around the same time, 10 a.m. EST till about 2 p.m. All right. Catch you later. Ciao. Bye.